An abrupt stop because people said we stop it too abruptly. So I gave an abrupt stop. Hey, Petty, are you coming on camera today?
Of course.
Yay.
Where is you on camera?
I'm getting situated. I have to steep my tea.
What kind of tea?
Dandelion peach.
That sounds good.
Yes.
Does it sound good? What does dandelion taste like?
It has a bitter taste. Did you know that every part of the dandelion is edible? Every part.
He thought we weren't gonna have an answer. He thought
And,
people
and
dandelion.
they're actually good for you too.
So
Can
uncultured.
you, can you use dandelion in a sentence?
I saw a zebra, dandelion ate it.
Wait, do that sentence again.
I saw a zebra, dandelion ate it.
Oh, like then the lion. See, look, I got it. You know, the dandelions are like a natural diuretic though. So
Can you use it in a sentence too then, Kay?
dandelion?
Mm-hmm.
Dandelions are my favorite flower. They are, fun fact.
You want a sentence, a Jamaican sentence?
This was a lead up to a joke, David.
Well, I mean, Petty did a joke too, so it's played out now. The beer is stronger than the lion.
Oh my goodness.
I like that.
You
I
planned
like
that
that.
out.
I didn't plan that. Y'all said dandelion, and I remembered.
Patty, I like your hair.
Thank you. It looked so much better the first day. I forgot to sleep without my silk thingy.
A bonnet or a do-rag or like something.
Why are you dressed up today, Petty?
As we discussed previously, I didn't have a holiday celebration as my entire family died in the house fire. So today we had the funeral earlier.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yes.
Guess what I did today?
What did you do?
I started my laser hair removal treatment on my face. So this is all a mess right now.
How many is it going to take?
After the third session, we'll find out.
Oh, did it hurt?
A lot. And I didn't get a numbing cream or anything. I just kind of went with it. I was like, I'm here and I'm good.
What?
Period.
Why didn't you get numbing cream or something?
Because I got male power. As a man, you have to stick through. How much are they paying you for promo?
Nothing. Has Mudwater called yet?
How do you know I'm drinking mud water?
It's brown.
It could have been anything. Hot cocoa. Is that mud water?
It is mud water. Oh. There's a nighttime mud water and a morning time mud water. So like, I can't drink coffee at night.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm too strong for mud. Did you watch the Cat Williams thing? Everyone is talking about it. I won't, but did you watch it?
I watched it.
Oh, we do look good. We do look good.
We all kind of have some. Oh my goodness. Okay, look. So Themis, you have your hair like in a bun, and so do I. And Petty has twists in his hair, and so do I. So I'm like the one in the Venn diagram.
I also have twists.
It's almost poetic.
Diagram. Oh well, we can both be the middle diagram.
You look cute. You do look cute, and this is the first time I can say, "Oh, I believe we all look good," and not have to make an exception.
You gonna do Kay like that?
I didn't say anything. I'm not saying anything.
I like the bow.
Wait, Betty, why did you say that?
Kay
know
has
why.
Kay has a hairstyle that connects us both. I think it's poetic. Themis is the young generation, and I'm the old soul, and Kay is like the middle child who connects us and who we speak through to each other through as a medium.
Exactly.
Girl, they said we were fighting and I needed to call you and I needed to fix it with you and I needed to drag Kay. Oh, let's get into this. Him so handsome, grand rising, my good looking panel of chocolate period. Thank you. Patty, you look great today, but let's get into it. Let's get into the mess.
Today.
There are people talking about how I needed to if I am not going to speak to Kay the way that I speak to you, then I am out of pocket and I'm inconsistent because I treat men bad. And they're just like putting on this cape, I think, for men and a black man in particular. How do you feel about that?
It's never a bad idea to put your cape on for a black man. I think more people should put their cape on for black men. Black men need a savior. Have you seen Jonathan Majors' interview? Somebody needs to save him. And Megan Coretta Scott, whoever, came in and did what she needed to do, sat on the couch, feminine, fit, friendly, and all that good stuff. As Jonathan Majors sat up there and said, "Oh, those injuries, I have no idea how they happened." Like we didn't see his text messages months prior where he describes the injuries and tell her not to go to the hospital. But nobody saw that apparently based on the comments. They just saw a black man who needed saving. So maybe
they said they saw a black man running, but in the same video we saw a black man lifting a white woman up and shoving her in the car. But for some reason, the part where he's shoving her in the car just like bloop, it does escape everyone. Everyone is like, he was running from her. She was the aggressor. No one saw the clip of him literally hoisting her up and like shoving her.
Yeah, I might have watched a different trial. Is Jonathan Majors on trial for running, or like what are people saying?
It must be for running, Betty.
Do people think like I just hit somebody and ran away and they chased me? Does this mean I didn't hit them? I don't understand what people's argument is when they say that he's running, so he couldn't have did anything. What if I run out of your house with your stereo and you chase me? Did I actually steal it? Because why are you running after me? I've never heard of anyone running after somebody who has done something to them. That's just what I heard. I've seen some ridiculous arguments. It's like infuriating. But Cat Williams came to save us with his interview, and he just did a second one, I think, today that I'm gonna watch.
Before we get, I'm not going to talk in depth. I have nothing lined up for the Cat Williams interview, but I want to ask you all about that. But before we go, it's not lost on me that you just sidestepped the responsibility. How do you feel that people are telling me that I need to drag Kay the way that I drag you? Like, how does that make you feel as a black man who protects black women?
That makes me feel like they should come up and put their money where their mouth is and voice their concerns publicly.
You want me to get dragged tonight is what you're saying?
Absolutely. Every night, not just tonight, but I just have to be here, so it's a convenient time.
You want Kate to get dragged too?
Themis, drag me on the next topic, whatever it is. Just make sure you throw in a few,
No, I'm just really saddened. I'm not. It's all fun. But I was actually kind of sad. Like, people gonna drag me in the comments. I don't care. But when they were telling me that, and I saw you responded to a comment, I was about to tell you, please don't respond to these people. Yeah. Because it feels like that everyone was like mad at you for some reason. When you were the one trying to keep the peace, you were the one being kind. You were the one.
Ironic. Like, wait a minute. Isn't this ironic, the whole situation?
Yeah. Like, I don't know how you started getting dragged. Like, I am perplexed. Like, I don't care. I am not about to lose a night of sleep over people talking about me. But when they were talking about you, I got kind of mad.
I mean, I didn't even do anything.
Yeah, I don't even know
what I if I did something on that show, okay, but like, what did I do? And my thing, the issue that I had with some of the comments, some were very nice. And some were just neutral and some were like, if you're gonna do it to Petty, do it to Kay. And it's like, if you don't like the behavior, why do you want it done to me? Like, that's the type of thing that makes me confused. Like, if you don't like something, like, you shouldn't do that to Petty. Make sure you do it to Kay next time. Like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, Kay caught strays. Unfortunately, you caught strays in the volley of bullets.
But so I got 2 messages, and this is how deep this goes. When you get a message about something, you know it's real serious. Someone was like, Petty is your little brother. Why would you treat him like that? And now we have to defend our little brother. And so, first of all, let me go ahead and disabuse this channel. Petty is not our little brother. Petty is not my little brother. I do not own the. I claim no familial relationship with this man. Do not project onto him any kind of family anything. Y'all tried it. If Petty being my little brother is gonna have y'all drag me on his behalf, it's not. It's a flop. Like, we're not doing that. We're done. I'm over it. Absolutely not. Whatever I said before, trash, trash, trash. Treat Petty like a regular black man that you don't know. Thank you. You're welcome. Right, Petty?
I think, and I didn't want to say this, you and Kay, let me employ the Jonathan Majors defense. I was innocently sitting there, innocent, when a volley of attacks rushed out towards me from my co-host. And as I sat innocently and quietly and said nothing but allowed the attacks to hit me in my body, metaphorically, that's all that happened. That's what I remember. That's exactly how it happened. I do think you both chose to distance yourselves from me after I started posting more memes on my channel. I think that y'all don't appreciate my memes.
Oh my God. I do have to. I actually was about to message you and ask if everything was okay. Are you okay, Petty? Is there something that we need to like step in to?
What's wrong with my memes?
It feels like you're frantically doing things.
Mm-hmm. Like what?
Like posting random memes.
I'm not allowed to have humor.
Not if it's bad.
Oh, well, these views seem to disagree, so
let me look at your views. Period. You better flex. Let me go on your YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel again? Oh, that's also something. Someone said that I was jealous of you and that I do not post your channel. And that's because I don't want you to outcompete me. I remember that specific message. I was like, girl.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but I come over here sometimes to help you out. I know that it's difficult growing a channel, and I know that you, like, sort of behind the scenes, not really said out loud, you kind of look to me for inspiration as far as like how to gain a following and how to just make good content, live streams, videos, and shorts and such like that. So, you know, it's out the bag now. But there's nothing wrong with that. I encourage more people to look to my channel for inspiration on how to run theirs.
I need inspiration from you, Petty, because you know my channel doesn't have anything on it. So, yeah.
Kay has more subscribers than me, and she don't post. I don't like that.
No, I don't.
I'm not playing any of these because I don't know what you're doing any of them. You are right. These are doing very well. I did scroll down a little.
I hope so.
Oh, look, 6.8.
I hope it's not in vain.
Congrats on your new growth. Is it like the YouTube algorithm bug where you feel like because it's hitting now, I have to keep posting to keep track? How does that feel?
No, I'll post every day or every 13 days, depending on my mood. There is no schedule.
Well, I appreciate the candor. I will accept that as an apology to Kay on your behalf because ain't no reason. For the people in the chat, I actually do. For the people who had something to say about Kay, I mean this with all sincerity. Please get help. Because that don't make no sense. Kay, you are correct. If you think what I did to Petty was bad, why would you tell me to do it to Kay? Like, I can understand you say, don't do it to Petty. I don't understand why you would say, what you did to Petty was so bad, it's so disgusting, it's so vile. Why don't you do it to Kay? You should do it to Kay to balance the scale. It's like, what?
Oh my goodness.
You need help. Like, you actually need help. Like, I don't feel bad. You need help. That you do. You can. And then these people are like calling people blackmail worshippers and all of this and all of that. But you're gonna sit up here and tell someone to treat Kay poorly because you think that I am treating Petty poorly. That don't make no sense.
Because it's just ironic. Let me not even say, but it is ironic. And I say stuff that's, can deserve some dragging sometimes. But during that particular show, I literally didn't do anything. Nothing. In fact, when I felt the tension rising, I really tried to
Yeah.
I put forth effort to be diplomatic and understanding. And then in the comments, it was like, famous. Next time Kay does it. Like, what? Okay. Why?
Girl, I was so confused. Hey, Sin, they are black male worshippers. Look, I don't feel bad. Y'all dragged me, so I don't feel bad about y'all getting dragged. Hey, Sin, welcome. Let's do some welcomes. I completely forgot. Everyone give Sin the warmest welcome. I'm so mad I missed your live stream the other day. I came on.
What are you mad you missed that live stream?
So Petty missed my live stream on Friday, and he came in here and he dropped one comment and then disappeared. And I know when he does that he's not actually watching. He just comes in to say, "Oh, I'm here," and then disappears so he can go off and don't have to engage with the content. So we know you didn't watch it either. No, I don't feel bad about missing his live stream. I actually watch it a lot of the time. In fact, Petty told me that he didn't want me over his channel.
Why, Petty?
Yeah, tell us why you didn't want me over. You said stop promoting your channel and don't come back to your channel. Tell the people why.
I think that when smaller channels come over, they try to take the spotlight. So where did he go? They try to take the spotlight, so to speak. And I want the spotlight to be on me. So I don't like when my comments are just not there, one or two comments on the content, and then suddenly people are dropping scales, people are dropping top hats, people are dropping Themis and Toad memes. Hello, Themis. Welcome, Themis. Wow, hi, Themis. Good to see you here, Themis. Unusual behavior indeed for the guest to be getting welcomes and not me. So that's just something we can't do. We unfortunately will have to do away with that in 2024.
Dropping scales and top hats.
It's nothing personal, of course, just business.
All right. Well, good to know. Sin, I hope you feel better. I am so sorry. So sorry. Thank you for coming. Since Patreon, please drop the link, moderators. Because we know we over here support Sin, and I will be laughing his face. And we will be over there. You said you're sick, so I don't know if you're gonna go live tomorrow, I believe it was, but keep us posted. All right. So there's this lady. I did a stream, a video a long time ago. How do you feel about stay-at-home girlfriends?
Hump day.
What?
So there's a trend called stay-at-home girlfriends.
If that's what they want to do, that's cool.
So one of the people who promoted it came out, and I wanted to get y'all's take on this. Let's hurry up. Oh my God, we have a really long interview to watch. I don't know why I'm like, no. Thank you, Sally.
it's not the life you want. And when I say stay at home, wife, mom, girlfriend, whatever, I mean you are relying solely on your partner's income. But I saw a quote a long time ago, and I wish I listened to it. If you give a man the power to feed you, he also has the power to starve you. But when I tell you there was no amount of gifts, trips, nothing truly made me happy. And honestly, I convinced all of you that I was living the life. I feel like that's what a lot of women do. They try to convince themselves and everybody else that they're enjoying their life of not having anything for themselves. I was showing you guys this nice apartment, my daily Target runs, I was going crazy every single day. And there is a lawyer on TikTok, but she said the divorce rate with stay-at-home moms and wives is very, very high. It's kind of the same story every time on why they're filing for divorce. The man says, you don't have to work, just stay with me. All you got to do is take care of the family. To a lot of you guys, that would be music to your ears. If he is paying for your whole life and you don't have any income at all, there will start to be a resentment. I'm just glad I was young. I didn't have any kids. I was not married. I was able to start my life before I wasted more years just staying in the house. Being in a relationship where you know you will have nothing when you leave, or if this person ever leaves, that's not going to feel good, And also something else I didn't like about having my life completely funded, you kind of have to let them do whatever they want. To go about things differently and tolerate a lot of BS because your life is on the line. And as delusional as I was, I knew that I never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Once you add kids into the equation, you're probably never going to leave. Because once you pop out that kid, that's when you really, really sign a death contract. You can't go back now. Because if you leave, not only do you have to fend for yourself, you have to fend for an innocent life too. So you're definitely not leaving if you have no income. I ain't doing no wrestling. Getting back into the workforce is not easy. Go ahead and do your research. And I'm pretty sure you're thinking, oh, I could just get alimony. That's like a unicorn. Do you know how much money that man makes? Did you make him sign a prenup? Because you will get comfortable staying at home, not doing shit. And then before you know it, 10 years passes by, you got kids, your husband's cheating on you with a younger woman. Are you going to stay, or are you going to take your kids, get a divorce, get a job? Staying home and taking care of the kids and the house, I think that's outdated. We're in a different time now. I do believe a man should provide, but I do believe that you should have your own income too. I'm just going to be real. I think all men cheat, especially if they have money. They have access to hundreds of women that look better than you. That might be controversial, but it's the truth. So I don't think that putting your whole life into a man's hands is a good idea right now. But I'm just being real, and I'm just trying to look out for the young women who are planning their whole lives around being a stay-at-home wife. And I hope that there are some stay-at-home wives, moms, girlfriends watching this. I hope you guys can put your pride aside and back me up in the comments and tell them I'm right. Anyways, I hope you guys listen to me. Everybody who has been a stay.
All right. Am I using the right mic? Let me check my microphone. I think so. There's a couple of things here that I don't like. First of all, I don't think it is right to lump stay-at-home wife and stay-at-home girlfriend in the same boat. Absolutely not. I think that is a dangerous thing to do. First of all, there is zero legal protection for a stay-at-home girlfriend unless we're talking about like landlord-tenant rules, right? And so, at least with a marriage, and I'm not either promoting or not promoting marriage, I think prenups should be included that include protecting the women and the man or whoever is a part of this marriage. So that's the first thing. The second issue is this lady was a promoter, and it's not an issue, actually. I like this. I like when content creators who are selling a lifestyle, whenever they figure out that it's bad, come back out and own up to the foolishness that they were selling. So I actually really like that. before I continue, I'll just open it up so that it's not just me blabbering.
I don't like how she insinuated that being a stay-at-home girlfriend is just sitting around all day. I've heard from some that it's even the hardest job in the world, one of the hardest jobs in the world. So I just want to cut that out. Okay.
Wait. You said being a stay-at-home girlfriend is one of the hardest jobs in the world.
Because you are an accountant, you are a manager, you are a sales associate, you are a cashier, you are a tax preparer, you are a
Cashier.
maid,
What?
you are a cook, you are so many things, but she just wants to pretend like it's just sitting around all day.
Do you think that's why she failed as a stay-at-home girlfriend?
She must have failed because of the prenup didn't work. I don't know what happened to make her switch up her content like that. I see women who their whole life turned bad. There are some Christian women I know in a church group that I used to be in, still in a orgasmless marriage years later, still promoting that lifestyle. All her girlfriends in the group chat just talking about they good and exciting times, and she just missionary every time, just looking at each other each time. Just don't switch it up at all. Nothing. Sanctified, just good old vanilla. Nothing exciting about it at all. Doesn't benefit anybody. Probably benefits the man. Just in there, still promoting it. Still talking to these other girls in the group chat like, y'all gonna see the error of y'all ways one day and come to God. So it's very shocking to me to see this woman who I guess the stay-at-home girlfriend life didn't pan out now reverse on her ways, because I see people who it doesn't work out and they just still just continue it for years and try to get other people to do it too. Just try to get misery loves company. Maybe that's it. Okay.
In terms of the stay-at-home girlfriend thing, like I said in the beginning, if that's what you want to do, more power to you. I think that, like she was saying, I think she was kind of like grouping stay-at-home girlfriends with stay-at-home wives and moms and other people. But like Themis said, if you're a stay-at-home girlfriend, like there's not necessarily going to be any legal protection if things do go south. But I did recently see a TikTok of a woman that was in a marriage. She was, see, am I not supposed to be answering this seriously? This is what I don't know.
Somebody,
Why did you put that comment up? Because now I'm confused.
Somebody asked in the comments, how would I know if she didn't tell me that? You don't know by asking somebody. You know by if you have a conversation about how good something is and one person in the group looks confused, you can tell that person is having a different experience. And I know this because I just recently watched The Color Purple, the old one, by accident, because my friend got me some CDs from somewhere inappropriate, but it didn't have The Color Purple we thought it was going to have on it. It had the old one. So I watched the first Color Purple. And in the beginning,
you bootleg The Color Purple. You bootleg the wrong Color Purple.
we got I didn't do anything. First of all, this is my friend. But look, you win some, you lose some. It's $5. So who's really losing out here?
You have a CD player. You're going on a story, and I have so many questions about this CD.
What are you talking about? CD? It was a DVD. You think I put it on in the car and listened to The Color Purple on the way to work? What do you think is going on in my household?
You think you're flexing talking about you have a DVD? You have a DVD player.
Actually, it's an Xbox, but it plays DVDs as well.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, in The Color Purple, the main character is obviously assaulted by the man that she's with, and in the middle of the movie, some lady, I forgot her name, Sweet Pea or something, the singer, like is describing how amazing her sex life is with the same man who the main character is having a terrible time with. And you could just you can hear it when someone is having a good time and y'all are supposedly doing the same thing, but you're like, how can you be having this amazing of a time? That doesn't make sense to me. That's how I know, to relate it back. That's how I know, because people are just like, what are you talking about, fun? Isn't it like something you do to make kids? And why else would you do it? Why else would you do it? To make kids, right? Like in the Bible? Y'all aren't fornicating, are you? To make kids, right? Why else? Are y'all trying for children? No? Well, how come? Huh. Fun. What do you mean?
Sometimes I'm like perplexed as to how your brain works. Like I'm just trying to figure out like what goes on when you're
Okay, my therapist. Wow. We're doing therapy speak today. Got it.
Do you think all men cheat?
No.
Huh?
It depends. Define cheating. So yes, because of that question. Because of that question.
How are you gonna say define cheating?
Some men can't keep their eyes to themselves. I think that's cheating.
But,
Conversation about the stay-at-home girlfriend was that we weren't. Wait, were we seriously talking about that or no?
Yeah, that's a real thing. Some people are just staying at home.
No, I'm asking because when Themis put that comment up, I thought.
No, the chat wants you to be dragged, so I'm just like putting
Oh,
the
that
main
was
comments up. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. That was a nice drag. I mean, that was an okay drag. What was I gonna say about that? Oh, so the lady in the video talking about the stay-at-home girlfriend. I saw somebody on TikTok, a woman, I guess she had been married a long time, she had kids and everything. And then she ended up getting, like, she was in the process of getting divorced, and she was talking about how hard it was because there was like a 10-year gap in her resume and trying to get back in the job market. So yeah. I don't know. I can't imagine like what it's like to try to get a job when you haven't had one in 10 years. Especially since I know people who like aren't in that situation and still have trouble looking for jobs. Wait. Okay. I don't know what is happening.
Well, good friend of the channel, Bourbon Bougie, said she does the stay-at-home thing, but she kept all her certifications current, had her little side hustles and thing, and make sure she keep her skills in case, God forbid, anything is to happen. And that's what all my friends say. They're still going to do like remote work or something if they're being a stay-at-home wife, or I guess girlfriend these days is a thing. So that's what I would recommend if you choose to embark on that.
And I agree with both you and Kay.
Married first, who will have kids first, who will get married first, who will have kids first, who will get married first.
And Patty, why are you playing this?
Don't put those demons on me. It wasn't me.
All right. Are y'all ready for the actual video? Nothing we were doing just now has nothing to do with
yeah, I'll just give a short congratulations to Halo, Holly, and DDG, upcoming rapper. I do know that he specifically was speaking about I guess Themis is borging. DDG specifically was speaking about being insecure and possibly jealous in their relationship, as well as possibly some cheating rumors. But I know that having a child together tends to fix issues like that. So, I'm happy for them.
Good. Congratulations to her and her baby. Good for them. Oh, before we start, maybe y'all can help me with this. I've been searching to find something. I randomly started looking for it today, and I found the opposite. So this is a problem. You know how Dr. Umar has been saying, and like he has this whole kind of platform on the overdiagnosing of young Black boys with ADHD. Like, he's known for that, right? Where's he getting this from? Because every research, I don't know why. By the way, I'm not looking to debunk anything. I actually would like to know. Because every research that I've been finding says the opposite. In fact, sorry, 1 second. The National Library of Medicine, like PubMed, right? If you go there, and I'm trying to find like different research, I just started today. So this is by no means me like trying to discredit Dr. Umar, but I don't know where he's getting this from, because it says minority children were less likely than white children to receive ADHD diagnosis. And when they break it down by race, African Americans, Hispanic, and other minorities were like 69%, I believe that the number was, less likely to, I think it was less likely to be diagnosed than their white counterparts. And I've taken Dr. Umar's word as true for a very long time, and I've never, ever looked it up until today.
Are you trying to insinuate that Dr. Umar, because maybe he duns the name doctor, has an audience of people who would trust his word and treat what he's saying with merit, but upon actually researching what he's saying, it looks stupid? Is that what you're trying to insinuate?
No, well, there's a lot of implication there, but like, I don't know. But I'm calling to the chat, and I'm calling to you all to like look this up and then help me figure it out. I'm very good at research, and maybe I just didn't spend the time to like look into it well enough. But like, I don't know where he's getting this from. In fact, like, the work seems to suggest that there is an overlooking of Black kids who should be diagnosed. And thankfully, it is leaning towards people taking more seriously diagnosing young Black kids who do have ADHD.
Did he specifically say ADHD, or did he say like over identification in terms of like receiving specialized services or IEPs or something like that?
He said ADHD multiple times. I'm hearing.
Sorry, I'm just realizing maybe he went to the same school Dr. Jackie did, where Black people just are being overdiagnosed with so much stuff. I don't know. Maybe they both went to Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Maybe that's where the research is. Did you look there? Did you look at Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy? I heard some pretty compelling research come out of Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. You got to check there first, brother. That's what you got to do. Looking up these white people's research. No, you need to go to FDMGA. Good old Dr. Umar started a academy where you can probably find that research. I won't let you sit up here and discredit this man. You think they would let a man build a college with no credentials?
No. By the way, I am not saying he's wrong. I'm saying with like a 30-minute research, I was looking, and so I'm asking for other people to look. Please do not take this in the chat. This is very, very important. I am asking you all to find a bunch of research and send it to me.
Did he mean over identifying, like saying disproportionately identified, or did he mean like over identified, like some people that don't have it are getting diagnosed with it?
Okay, so there's a problem. That's why I also want the research. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Not only do I want to know if Black people are more likely to be diagnosed with ADHD, Black children. I also want to know if it's wrongfully diagnosed. And I don't know how you track that, because if there's a overdiagnosed diagnosis for Black kids, it seemed to suggest that it's incorrect.
That's what I'm wondering in terms of what he said, because I'm wondering if he was saying it like people that don't have it are getting diagnosed with it, but then that still, you would still ask, how do you know? Or was he saying that like per capita? I don't know.
Yeah, I would like to know this. I'm only putting this out because the first couple of research that I saw indicated the opposite, but I've only read the abstracts, so maybe I can look into the methodology and all of that later. But I just want us to put our collective minds together and figure out where he got that from. Because I want to test it to see, are people being diagnosed wrongfully? Ultimately, the research question is, are Black kids being diagnosed wrongfully with ADHD? That's the question I want to answer. But before I do that, I also want to figure out if there is an overrepresentation of Black kids when it comes to diagnosis. So,
yeah, that's a good thing to.
Yeah, no, thank you. I think so too, because I just want to find out now.
Yeah.
FDNC and ICDC have the same caliber. Arisha Jim flooded. In period. All right, let's get into the actual topic of today. I apologize. I wanted us to put our heads together. I'm sure in the Discord someone is going to find the actual research so that we can actually figure out what Dr. Umar is trying to say. And I'm sure, like, I don't trust Dr. Umar when it comes to the school. I don't trust him in a lot of ways, but I don't think he would just make this up. So that people are gonna drag me. People are gonna drag me, and I apologize. It's not that I think Dr. Umar is smart or whatever, but I don't think he would predicate so much of his social justice work on something that is not real. I'm being honest. I don't believe he would do that. So I need to figure out where he got it from. And he's never actually cited it when I watch. So, yeah. All right. Y'all ready?
Yep. Maybe next we can look into Dr. Sebi. Who else? Dr. Dre. You're going to tell me he's not a real doctor too?
I thought he was a doctor when I was in kindergarten. I did. I thought Dr.
Too. Me too.
Really, Themis, I know you're still donating. No, I'm not. Dr. Umar came online talking about the Orishas in his gym, and I just was like, absolutely not. There's a link between ADHD and adverse child experience. Yeah, which is, by the way, why I'm thinking if there is a diagnosis of ADHD, is it an accurate diagnosis? And if it is an accurate diagnosis, why is he mad about the diagnosis and not like the root causes of said diagnosis, or how to help the people who were diagnosed with it? You know what I mean?
Is he talking about like an actual diagnosis from a doctor, or people saying that people have it?
I have questions.
There's a lot of
Dr.
unanswered
Umar.
questions.
Yeah, I have questions for Dr.
He should
Umar.
come on the show.
He won't.
Let's get him on the show. Does anybody in the chat have any connections?
Girl, Dr. Umar gave his number for anyone who wants to donate money, so you can just call him up. You can literally just call him.
I'm going to call him. He should come on the show. Can you text me his number, Themis?
Yeah, I'll find it again. He said it on one of his live stream, a bunch of his live stream. He said, cash at me, use this number.
Now he's going to get a text from me like, hey.
All right, let's get into it. So this young lady, we've seen her before. She's blowing up on TikTok. Apparently she's blowing up on YouTube too. My Discord wanted us to like talk about this, so here we go. And I'm supposed to reach out to her. Moderators, if you're listening, can you please reach out to this young lady and ask her if she would come on the show so we can talk about what she's doing in her podcast. Remember to like the stream, everyone.
Podcasting to focus on your coaching? Like, what's the deal with that?
No, they go hand in hand.
Okay.
The podcast is just like the funnel. It gives me the traffic. But I'm focusing more on the men's group just because I already have the podcast. It's already like, it's doing what it do.
Yeah. So what's the deal with this men's group? What are you teaching these men?
To be narcissists.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. I thought you were teaching them about self-esteem.
No, I'm just kidding. So I'm basically helping men just level up.
It needed to stop there. It sure needed to stop there. And I need to turn this all the way down. All right. So he's obviously joking, right? He's gonna want to date my peanut butter princess. He's gonna want to date with UK, Dr. Umar.
I don't think so. Wait.
All right.
No.
It's a fellowship. It's a brotherhood. We don't talk about women at all. I do help guys with confidence. We have a therapy session every Thursday. It's just an outlet for guys just to get out whatever they're going through. But I think it's a really great program for anybody that's just looking for like some type of like fraternity or brotherhood. Like I have a bunch of guys in there that are rich that can give guidance. I have guys in there that don't have anything that need guidance. So if you're a guy watching this and you need it, join the program.
Join the program, y'all, because a lot of guys do need guidance. A lot of men need more confidence, more self-esteem. So I applaud that. A lot of people.
Period, Patty. Period. You better give the looks. You better give looks. Let me.
I like it.
You better.
I wish I had sunglasses.
Talk, Patty. Let us know what you're thinking.
You know. Just kidding. Little joke I like to do sometimes. That's all.
In any case, I don't understand why people promote other people's business without knowing what their business is about. Like, she's telling people to go join his group, but like he hasn't really told us what the group is about.
Wait, did you say he was playing around or is he serious?
He's playing around about teaching them to be narcissists, he said.
Okay.
Don't have their fathers in the home, especially Black men. And that's where you get your confidence from. And that kind of goes hand in hand with what I want to talk about today, because we see it firsthand what happens when men don't have confidence, right? We see what's going on with Tiana Taylor and the Iman Shumpert divorce. First of all, I hate to see a Black family split up. I'm sad about that, period. I'm all about Black love, Black marriages, and sticking together for the kids. I mean, we see so many Black kids not grow up with their fathers. We don't want to keep seeing it over and over again. So I feel really bad that their marriage could not work out, but for good reason. I mean, she kind of at first she was trying to make it seem like, it's amicable, everything's okay, don't come for Iman. But, she spilled the tea about a week ago about what was really going on.
Patty, you seem like you have issues. Patty, give Stevie Wonder teeth with those glasses. Thank you to Als. You seem like you wanted to say something.
I don't like
Stick
people
together for the kids.
I don't like people who stay together for the kids, because you're teaching your kids to stay in niggatry for the sake of what?
Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about right here. Black love, stick together for the kids is a no for me too, Patty. You and I, no.
Yeah.
So let's get into the topic today, okay? One thing about it, there's always one thing about it. One thing about it, men think that they want the 10 out of 10 woman, but really their egos cannot handle having the woman that everyone wants. The good example of this that we see is the Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert thing, because she was saying that she just could not handle him trying to compete with her, basically like being jealous that she's a bigger celebrity than he is. What do you think about that?
Well, I think their situation, maybe for mine, like, he was in the spotlight, and now that he's not in the spotlight, nobody's even paying attention to him, and his girl has all the spotlight. Maybe it kind of gets to him like, okay, damn, like his ego is crushed. And I've never been in a situation like that where I've been with a woman and she has a spotlight and I don't want her to shine. But I understand where he's coming from though. Like, women, for an example, like guys say women out the strip club, and once you get with them, you don't want them to strip no more. You're done. You know what I'm saying? Only because I don't want men to look at you. I don't want people to see you naked. Let's keep you out the environment so I can keep you to myself. And That's not an ego thing. That's just me wanting my woman to be, secure in my relationship, because outside influences can mess up relationships. To be honest, like, women are easily persuaded, especially like when the light is on them. Like, I'm not the first guy. You might be not the first guy that probably try to holler at her. I'm not saying this for that situation, but for a situation like that, I think just women are easily persuaded, and guys know that. So I want to keep you out of the light and to myself.
See, I don't. That's
Wait, pause. So wouldn't that mean that he would like it better if she said, no, I'm not going to stop, because then it would prove that she's not being easily persuaded?
No, but they want you to be easily persuaded by them, but not everyone else.
Yeah, like
I'm
it's not
assuming.
it's not an ego thing, he says. It's not like a manipulation thing. It's just like I go to the strip club to find my girlfriend, and then I tell her to stop doing what she was doing before I met her. Like, it's not an ego thing. It's just like, guys.
It's not an ego thing. It's just a control thing. It's just a little bit of control here, a little control there, just complete control of your entire life, but no ego.
If they don't want a person that strips, they should not pursue a stripper.
Or let me do you one better. Pursue a stripper and then prevent her from doing what you met her doing. Control her whole life.
It doesn't make sense. Easily persuaded. Yeah. So is it a test? Does he really want her to be like, no, I'm not easily persuaded. I'm not going to quit my job.
All right, maybe it's what Bourbon Bougie refers to as Delulu land, where men simultaneously complain about how easily manipulated women are, but also like it's so difficult dating these days. Women's standards so high, it's so hard to persuade them. These two things coexist somehow in Delulu land, where I assume they are.
Yep. Please remember to like the video. Let's continue, because this is kind of ridiculous. And I wish she had investigated it more, but she's not going to.
That sounds correct. I'm not arguing with that. But my thing to kind of.
What part of that sound correct? The part where it's not an ego, or the part where they want to control you and take you out of, like, keep you to themselves and completely prevent you from living any way that you used to live? What part of it? Anywho, period.
Of be on the opposite side is, if you are dating Tiana Taylor, right? She's singing, she's dancing, she's she's been a celebrity for a long time, and that's how you met her. You can't date her and marry her and then try to change and be like, I don't want you to take this acting job. I don't want you to be on the red carpet without me. That's how you met her. So men really have to understand that whatever position the woman is in when you meet her, you can try to level her up, but you can't try to change what she's doing. If you don't accept everything that she's doing in the moment, like dancing, like being a celebrity, like being a sex symbol, if you can't handle that in the relationship, don't date that girl. A lot of men just can't handle that, and that's okay. But don't go after that girl that's doing that and then want her to be half of what she was doing or being before.
Well, as a man, like, you run a relationship. So if I say you quit, then quit.
Listen, I'm not arguing that men run a relationship or that they lead the relationship. That's hunky dory. That's a-okay. But you should also lead the relationship not with you trying to, like she was saying,
I don't understand this. Like, I don't think you should fight him, but like, men run the relationship. Good. All right. Do y'all want me to continue? You don't have anything. Like, I feel like there's nothing to say here.
No, men run the relationship because they can leave. We know that women can't do this. So he's right, probably. Don't research it. Don't try and do what you did with Dr. Umar and try and research if both people can leave the relationship and therefore both have power. Just trust him. Interestingly enough, well, I'll let it play a little more because I watched a little bit of this, and he's going to say something that I think is very contradictory.
Thought that she had to dim her light to have any type of peace in the relationship. Like, Iman really wanted her to minimize herself. And it's different from being like, okay, like, listen, I'm going to lead our relationship, and being a man that your ego's hurt. Like, your girls get more attention than you. So now you acting like, no, I want you to be a little less than. Those are two different things.
He probably knows something that we don't know. She probably ain't loyal. Women ain't that loyal, especially when the light is on them and they got money. And then they could be easily influenced. So he's probably like, yo, listen, he's trying to save his relationship. Yep.
Okay. He was trying to save his relationship when he was cheating?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I need to cheat so I can be the person I need to be.
Shut up. And here's the thing too. I don't understand why.
So this is a problem for me. This thing where we joke and we're serious at the same time in an interview, so we don't know what is a joke and what is serious. Because, like, for me, I would ask, I would make him serious about that. Like, I would have to ask about that. So, like, the fact that she just laughed and move on, honestly, I don't know why I'm thinking this is going to be any kind of serious discussion on anything, because I don't know. I'm pausing to comment, honestly.
Yeah, I hate people who can't be serious to save their life.
Exactly, Petty. Exactly, Petty.
Not every moment is a joke.
Exactly.
We already know that men are very ego-driven. If their egos get hurt, they are very emotional people.
How you know?
Because we see examples of it all the time. A man that has a hurt ego becomes a very abusive man. We see examples of it.
Okay, I could agree.
Yeah. And I'm just like, where does that come from? Like, why are men just like, it's their, like, y'all egos really be y'all whole personality. Like, if you embarrass a man in public, you make him feel a little less than nigga, you're getting the worst of him. He fighting you.
Yes, because ego is all we have.
Is ego all y'all have?
Yes. Well, no, I'm not saying that. Not all we have, but it's a major part of us. Like, we need that ego to be stroked. We need to know that that people.
Ego is all we have, but when I was trying to control you earlier, it wasn't about ego.
You know what's crazy? You know, I don't know why these videos go viral like every 2 months, like clockwork. Every 64 to 5 days, it'll be a man at a table, can't pay the bill, so his wife gives him her credit card and he makes it look like he's paying while she's actually paying. Oh, and then I decided to marry her and we've been together for 7 years, because sometimes you gotta, like, I completely believe what he's saying about men. Our ego is all we have, to the point where they literally want to pretend like they're doing something instead of actually doing it or acknowledging reality. I think that's why people refer to it as the Lululand.
Yeah, but like, ego is all you have, but you know for sure that it wasn't because of ego you want to control her.
So anyway, he teaches men how to be narcissists. Haha, just joking. He said.
Why the teacher believes ego is all a man have, but he's gonna teach men. Y'all play too much. Y'all actually do play too much.
Look at us in a certain way. So if you're disrespecting me, of course, like, I had a woman disrespect me in public, and I didn't react. I just waited till we got along. But a lot of people can't handle that. A lot of people can't.
Wait, you heard that, right? Like, y'all heard that. I had a woman disrespect me publicly. I didn't react. I just waited till we got home.
What did he do when they got home?
Okay, perfect. That's the very next question. That's if that is not your next question.
Outside of that, I believe he's lying. I read some research from someone named R.D. Flores, where she was looking at it's called A Little More Ghetto, A Little Less Cultured, or something like that, and it was looking at interracial daters. And what she noticed, this is like adjacent, but I believe it relates to this. What she noticed about white men who were speaking about, would you date a white woman who has been with a black man? The white men would always answer, oh, me? No, I don't see a problem with that. But, these other white men in my community, who I'm in community with, who live in the same household with me, who I'm friends with, they would have a problem with it. And they might see her as lower class or ghetto or less cultured or something like that. So I believe that's a tactic he's employing now. I think this is a tactic men employ generally. Oh, I'm not saying that I do this or think this way, because I was with a girl who disrespected me and I just took it like a champ. But these other men, you better watch out for them, but not me. I think he's lying.
Yeah. I think he was talking about himself too. But let's go back, because maybe I misheard him. So let's hear it again.
Ego to be stroked. We need to know that that people look at us in a certain way. So if you're disrespecting me, of course, like, I had a woman disrespect me in public, and I didn't react. I just waited till we got along. But a lot of people can't handle that. A lot of people can't handle a woman calling them a bitch in front of people and take.
What did he say? Wait till we got it on, or wait till I got home? Till we got home.
I thought he said home, but I couldn't hear it that well.
Should I slow it down and do it again or no?
Yeah.
All right.
All we have, but it's a major part of us. Like, we need that ego to be stroked. We need to know that that people look at us in a certain way. So if you're disrespecting me, of course, like, I had a woman disrespect me in public, and I didn't react. I just waited till we got alone. But a lot of people can't.
Alone. Right? Alone.
Yeah. Your very next question needs to be, what did you do?
I mean,
what happened?
I would give him the benefit of the doubt if I'm interpreting it generously and say it's one of those, I'm going to protect my wife in public and correct in private, which I still have a problem with. But he's done nothing during this interview to make me give any type of generosity to what he's saying. I believe the worst. I believe the absolute worst, based on his previous statements in this interview, joking or not.
Yeah, but to be fair, if you ask him point blank, what did you do when you got alone with her? I'm not sure he's going to say, I hit her, right? Like, he's not going to, I don't think he's dumb enough to do that. But I would still ask. Because maybe he's dumb enough to do that.
That a lot of people can't handle a woman calling them a bitch in front of people and taking that without, hitting them or cursing back at them. You really got to be a confident person when it comes in situations like. But I waited till we got alone and I let her have it, not physically, but definitely verbally.
Do you think?
Okay, there. He said not physically, but definitely verbally. Because apparently, I think she wasn't going to ask him. That's an odd thing. Maybe. But I also know that verbal abuse is a thing.
Definitely. People out here talking about you need to be Coretta Scott King. Maybe that's what he's doing in private. And people think that's not a problem. It is a problem. I don't care that he qualified it with verbal.
Yeah.
I think that men have such low confidence these days because they grow up without their dads.
I don't think it's because of their dads. I think that could be a part of it. It's just not knowing self.
How is this like this is not a conversation? It's like there's pre-written questions which are good, great. Have pre-written questions, but they're supposed to start a conversation, not just like detract from the conversation already happening, right? Like, am I crazy?
Oh, like the interview style, you mean?
Yeah, because it feels like that part of the discussion wasn't done.
Yeah, I didn't think it kind of abruptly went to the next thing, but maybe they felt awkward. I still don't know, because is this real? Like,
yeah, it's a real interview.
Okay, so this is not like him joking or doing anything like that.
No, it's a real interview.
Okay, so yeah, it just kind of abruptly went to the next topic, but I'm not sure. I've never seen her, so maybe that's her. Like, maybe she just asks questions like that and moves on.
Yeah, all right, maybe.
I mean, it could be late night podcast. Maybe they're fighting over the last brain cell. We don't know.
Yeah, period.
Huh.
I'm trying to think of time I wasn't confident. Back when I was like 8, 9, 10, 11, very young, 12, I was still trying to figure myself out. And then I started, paying attention to myself and started working on myself slowly but surely. But after like 16, 17, I was fully confident.
Yeah.
But my dad wasn't in my life.
Yeah.
He left, my mom left him at like when I was 7.
Yeah.
Which confused me. I could understand how it confuses people, because you need someone to look up to so you can, so you know what to
aspire to be.
Yes. And without that figure in your life, you're kind of lost. And well, I guess, yeah, without a father, but that's not the only factor though.
I mean, I think it starts there. And then I think it kind of goes hand in hand with like, I think it starts with your father not being there. I think it gets worse as you get older and you think that your life is going to be one thing. You think you're going to make all this money, and, the average man doesn't make a lot of money. And then when you see social media, or you just, go through life and women require things and you don't have the things that women require, I think that beats on your self-confidence too. And then you just become angry.
Women play a big part of it too. Just outside factors, like seeing other people shine and you having less than, and you thinking that, okay, well, if I don't have this, then people don't like me, people don't want me, women don't want me. So it's really about self-assurance. Like, you have to know yourself. You have to know, like,
a lot of people don't know themselves.
So
I
then
never like to when was I not confident? When I was like 8, 9. I'm telling you, like,
if he knows himself, does he know the relationship between him? He's talking about himself right now, right? Like why he maybe didn't feel okay, never mind. Look, I'm about to start doing that thing where y'all are all gonna be like, why are you answering seriously?
No, you're doing well. You're carrying the show right now because, like, I'm checked out. Like, I came in parts of this during the day, and so I only heard parts of this. I didn't realize the beginning was like kind of like useless. Because, like, I don't think he sees his own problem. Like, well, anyway, go ahead, Petty. I think.
Cat Williams set our expectations too high for what podcast would be in 2024. So I'm trying to lower them back down to a reasonable level. Not everybody can be IDGAB. Even we had an episode 1, season 1. So I'm going to give them about 3 more minutes of slack. After that, I can go in because they're giving nothing at all. They're taking away. They're not giving, they're taking away.
They are taking away.
like, there was not a time in my life that I feel like I wasn't confident.
Never.
But I swear, like, I grew up in dance, so I was always like on a public platform. I studied ballet for years, so I was always like performing in front of people. And then even after that, I had a YouTube channel. I was like talking to people, and now I'm on. I don't know. I just be like, how are you not? I get it, but I'm just like, I feel bad for people that aren't confident. Like when a woman isn't confident, you know, she might have low self-worth, might, you know, be a little, you know, here or there, whatever, you know, a longer whole phase than needed. But when men aren't confident, like, they're kind of dangerous. Tiana was saying that Iman was like emotionally abusing her, and that's where it starts. Physical abuse and domestic violence very rarely starts with somebody hitting you. It starts off with the control. No, you're not gonna take that job, and then now you abusing me, like, you make me feel bad about myself.
I feel bad for people who don't have confidence because I've always had confidence. Okay, that's great, but is that the analysis you're going to do there around confidence, men and women both either? Like, okay, period. She's not like other girls. To be fair, I don't dislike her, right? Like, I do actually, from what I've seen of her, I generally like her. And this idea that confidence is just a thing that you either have or don't have is such a reductive way at looking at something, right? Because you can be confident in one setting because you know the setting where you don't have confidence in another. And if you think you have confidence in a setting where you know nothing, it might just be arrogance and bravado, and you might have a problem, right? If you're always confident in every situation, that might be a problem too. And I'm not speaking as like a psychologist, it's just like the idea that I've always been confident and therefore I'm always confident is a weird position to take. And looking down at other people who may or may not have confidence in different areas, like Simone Biles, for example, I'm pretty sure when it comes to gymnastics, both performing and speaking about it, she's probably top in terms of confidence. When it comes to a relationship, I don't care what she says, but she may or may not be as confident. Confidence doesn't mean you have it all the time in every situation. And I feel like this dismissive approach is weird.
Is it like the Dunning-Kruger effect of confidence?
Yes.
Huh. Yeah.
That's how I view it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And shit, like, I'm glad that she, we don't know the whole story, but I'm glad that she got out when she did.
I've never been that person. I've never been that type of person just to like take out my low self-esteem on other people. You know what I mean? Like, never even in a relationship. So I don't know, I can't really relate to it. You know, like, I always been really, really confident. Even like in all my relationships, I let women be free as possible. I'm not trying to like contain you. I'm not trying to.
What do you mean? A couple sentences ago, you were definitely talking about controlling your woman, manipulating your woman, preventing her from doing what she used to do. Now you're talking about you let your woman be as free as possible. You literally just said, Earlier, you just said you would go get a stripper and then prevent her from being a stripper. You need to control her because you don't want to think the woman that everyone wants. Like, oh my God. Wait, was this the contradiction you were talking about, Petty?
There are several, but you have to remember that video, to my knowledge, was recorded in December of 2023. It's 2024 now. It's entirely possible that he forgot his opinion from last year. It's already been 10 days into the new year. So, oh, never mind, because I just realized that's pre-recorded. So he's actually just 30 seconds later from what he said.
Yep.
Actually, yeah, that's a wild contradiction. I don't know if he just thought nobody would care based on how the rest of the conversation is like not consistent and just jumping all over the place, but we care.
And maybe we should let these men talk and not just accept as truth everything they're saying, even if it's contradictory.
No, we should critique them, or else people start being confident in every area and have a podcast where they give nothing. We should critique people more. I've seen her do much better work, by the way, specifically with that big man with the weave. So
maybe because she was okay dragging the big man and not dragging this one.
Possible. I also know, I'm pretty sure in this interview he starts flirting with her, and I realize every single interview she has with a man on there, they start flirting with her. So maybe like I can understand it being difficult to remain in your element when people are like ogling you every single time they come on. So I'll give that leeway.
Not even confident enough to take his glass off. I actually do not like talking to people with their glasses on, like shades on, indoor. I hate it. So he controls women. He does not want women to dress this way or do this or do that. He wants to make sure they're completely his. He doesn't want others to engage with them, and he doesn't want to compete that way. But then also he lets women be as free as they want to be. All right. Period. If it makes sense to you, it makes sense to you. It don't make sense to me.
Force you to do anything. If you feel like you want to be the star, then by all means go. If you feel like you want to go out all the time, then go do it. But if I feel like it's not for me, then I'm skating. I'm getting out of there.
Yeah.
Like, why be in a situation where you got to control somebody to stay or be? You know what I mean? I ain't with all that.
No, seriously, it's not even worth the hassle. Like, if you got to control somebody, is the relationship even real? Like,
how is this not a direct? Nope, leave.
the control factor is so boggling to me because it's just like, you want somebody you got to control? Like, that sounds crazy as fuck. But even going back to what we were saying before, do you agree or disagree that the average man wants the woman that everyone wants, the 10 out of 10, but really can't handle being with that type of woman? Even if she's not out here doing things that embarrass you, even if her just being herself and she is attractive, people want her. Do you think that the average man can handle a woman like that?
No. I even know my place. You know, like, there's some women that I just don't approach. It just ain't time for it. You know, like, when I see like really, really beautiful women and I see they on their shit, no, I stay away. Even like, not just because I'm not ready financially. That's not the problem. I'm talking about like, I can look at a woman and tell her what she wants, and I cannot get that to her, and I'm not gonna even step to her. I ain't gonna waste your time. But men, like, it's an ego thing. Like, yo, I feel like I gotta get her. You know what I'm saying? I need to boost myself up. I need other people to know that I can get these type of women. So I'm gonna waste this time. I'm gonna waste their time anyway. And they be on some shit like that. Like, I know my place. I know when it's time. I know when it's not. You know, yeah. I be trying to preach to guys like, yo, listen, like, just because she fine don't mean you gotta holler at her. You know what I mean? Just because you got a dick don't mean you gotta fuck every bitch. You know what I mean? Like, just chill. Like, it's about knowing your self-worth too. Like, you don't have to, like, if you know yourself. I know that I'm that nigga for sure. You know what I mean? Like, in my eyes, you think I'm a nigga? But I know that in my eyes, like, I know I'm him, right? I don't have to prove myself by getting a bunch of women and just having a plethora of women just in my arsenal just to fuck and just to say that I have.
Yeah. A lot of men overcompensate for their shortcomings by trying to be with every woman that they can get their hands on.
She takes advantage of the youth fit femme I maybe, because like it feels like there's no depth. I'm gonna leave that alone. Huh?
Wait, okay. Now I'm wondering, okay, are we critiquing like the interview logistics?
We can critique whatever we want at this point. We're giving advice. I don't give advice, but here you go.
Because I thought, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know which one. Like at first I was like, okay, we're going to talk about like what he's saying, but now I think it's more like an analysis of the interview style.
You expect her to pour from his cup and his cup is empty. You should lower your expectations as I have.
Petty has taken the red pill and now he sees the truth.
Yeah. I mean, I love it when people who you can't call her fat, you can't call her ugly. I think a lot of men in conversations where they have to be called out resort to the easiest at homonyms, and they would actually have to engage their right brain for this conversation because they can't attack like easily identifiable things like her hair or something else. So, I mean, I do appreciate that.
Yeah. However, I do appreciate that. I wish they wouldn't just stop. They would stop flirting and like talk to her as a human being. But then I realize, even with her, that she isn't really engaging them. You know what I mean? Like, so like I want them to respect her and talk to her because it's a podcast. But it feels like they're too caught up flirting with her and they're not attacking. So that's good. But then it's like, how is it still shallow? Because it seems like the guys do want to talk to her, but they're like the ideas aren't being investigated. Or maybe I want too much. Because my critique of myself is that I stay on one point too long. So, yeah.
Maybe she doesn't want to have it become divisive. Maybe she doesn't want to debate or go back and forth. Maybe she's just like asking them questions, getting their answer, and moving on.
I mean,
I don't know. Could that be possible?
I mean, sure. I guess.
The length of silence after I said that, I got nervous.
I mean, I would like to interview her. What is the purpose?
Oh, she can come on too. Her and Dr.
Yeah. So yeah, reach out to her for me, please. All right, let's continue.
They say that a lot of times they overcompensate because they don't even really like women. Sometimes they just like men, and they will just dog every woman that they're with and be overly promiscuous and be a hoe and never find their soulmate because their soulmate is a man. Never heard that before?
No.
It's a thing. It's even
So
gay.
you're saying men are gay, but hide it and fuck a bunch of bitches? And
Yes, and this isn't even coming from women. I have I'll be on TikTok a lot. You know, I'll be on TikTok, and I saw like a couple gay guys say that a number one indicator that a man might be DL is when he's just having all like these women having sex back to back. Like he can't find his soulmate. He's dogging women. He's out every single night. He always got to have sex with this woman, this woman. He's hiding the fact that he can't find his soulmate because his soulmate is a man. He got to run through all these women and dog them because he doesn't really like
so
women.
he doesn't know he's gay.
He know he gay. He's DL.
I reject this.
Also,
completely reject this.
I reject this. I reject this as well. This is reminiscent to me of there was recently a Abba and Preach covered this. There was like a women's conference that they have yearly for women to come and have access to jobs and opportunities that they wouldn't usually have. And it was just overrun by men shoving women out of the way, men like completely ignoring the event is designed to like uphold women, not just for them to get jobs and for you to come and shove women out the way to get jobs, but there are like separate celebrations and events where we can come and look at women's contribution to society. And people looked at that, and for some reason the LGBT got dragged. People were like, see, this is what happens when you let them, they, thems come and undermine femininity. Nope, these are not the they, thems. This is not the LGBT agenda. These are heterosexual men doing this to you. These are heterosexual men who will literally shove you out of the way to get access to an opportunity that was created for you. I don't like people who get hurt by heterosexual men and then drag the gay community. That doesn't make sense to me. Is it really unfathomable to you that a man just hates you? You don't have to justify it. Clearly, I've heard this so much. This woman, like very beautiful friend I have, got cheated on. Obviously, he's gay. No, he just has no discipline. Like, you don't have to go within your third eye to make it make sense. The man has no discipline and wants to have sex with a lot of people. It has nothing to do with his sexuality.
I think it's an easy bow on top of a really messy present to say, oh, he's just gay. And that soothes a lot of people's ego. I do believe there's a lot of homosocial bonding that occurs. this does not mean the man is gay. It means that he's looking for approval. And while I do agree that there's a lot of people on the DL, I do think that we cannot negate the importance of a culture that tells men to be promiscuous. And the more promiscuous you are, the more honorable, in the loosest sense of the word, it seems you are to other men, the more of a man you become to other men. That's the homosocial bonding part. But I don't think it means that they are homosexuals. Now, are there gay men who do not want to come out of the closet, or bisexual men who do not want to come out of the closet, who use women as props to hide their sexuality? I am sure of it. I'm sure of it. But I do think, for first, I don't call people gay who do not identify as gay. I think that I just don't. You can do whatever you want. How you do it, and I will do that. But I do think that we should investigate a culture that tells men to be promiscuous, and what that does to little boy. When little Boosie has his son doing all kinds of things before they're 12, I don't think it is possible for that child to be a fully functioning human being that doesn't have sexual maladaptions. Like, I'm sorry. Like, when your dad is forcing you as a child to engage with grown people, doing grown people things, and that is a culture that we set for young boys, there's going to be maladaption. There is. Like, so I wouldn't just use sexuality. I think sexuality is too easy and out. It is too easy and out to just say, oh, they're probably just gay.
I think it's a way to protect heterosexual men. You'll see the same type of conversations when there's RAPE or SA. Oh, he's not a real man. He's a monster. Like, anything that they can do to avoid tackling the topic that is heterosexual men have issues, I think they will employ that, whether it's being a monster or being gay or being whatever have you. So I think people just don't want to call out men.
I hate when people do that and say, like, that's not a man, that's a whatever else, because, you know, it's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it's the reality to say that some men do certain things that are not good or whatever the case may be, and they're still men. Like I agree with what you were saying, Petty. Like, sometimes people try to protect the image, I guess, of what a man is by disassociating what's the
disassociating one with
disassociating
the
one
bad behavior from heterosexual
men
men.
in general. Yeah.
It was both hetero men and men at Grace Hopper. Look, also, this is not to say it doesn't happen with gay men or men on the DL. I am saying the fact that she went there is an attempt, because she's very good at this. She might not be good at a lot of things in people's mind, but she's good at this. She's good at attacking men. She's good at making them feel whatever she wants them to feel. And calling a man gay, a black man gay, seems to be one of the worst insults for men, right? And this is a direct attack on manhood from her using homosexuality. Now, whether you disagree or agree with that is not the question. It is why she would do that. And I think she did it to hurt this man's ego in front of her. And I think she does that kind of a lot, which, look, I'm not going to hate the player. I'm not going to hate the player. But yeah, this was an attack. And she knew what she was doing.
Yeah, to have a man in front of me talking about how he's running through women, I would say it too. I'm not gonna lie, I would say it too. Oh, you know what they say about men who are using a bunch of women? They want something else. Now defend yourself.
Yeah. No, it's not that. Yeah. That's exactly what she was doing.
Maybe you can't find satisfaction in a woman, sir. Have you ever considered that?
Yeah.
Why so many? Like,
yeah. No, I think it's a very good, in terms of terrible, good not in like, oh, this is great, but good as in, if this is a weapon, you've used it well. You should probably use it, but yeah.
He's DL.
Well, if he's gay and fucking men, then I don't know. But I can. It's a like when I have guys around me and that they're overly like this promiscuous guy and they always got to talk about women. They always got to be like, yeah, fuck this girl. This, oh yeah, fuck. Oh, I just had this move. That's like a clear indicator, like you trying to hide some shit. Like
100%.
why do you talk about women all day?
She won. She won. She won.
Didn't
She
he
put
just-
him on the defense. She put him on the defense in a way where he's saying, yeah, these men who do this are probably trying to hide something, not realizing he is that man. He is that man. Because he's going to talk about all the women he slept with. Sorry, go ahead, Petty. You seem
I thought he
confused.
just talked about all the women he was with, how he
Yeah.
and now he's like, oh, those men are hiding something. All right.
Yeah.
You know, this is the thing. Like, I think a lot of people, and this is my first time seeing either of them, so I don't know much about either of them, but just in general, like I think sometimes people do this thing where they rely on like talking points and just different things that they're saying, and they don't really believe them at their core. So it's really easy to get caught up in these types of contradictions, because if you really believed all those things, they wouldn't like be coexisting all at the same time, because you're low-key calling yourself out based on the same things you were just doing, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's a result of just, you know, hearing something that sounds good, but not really having that as like one of your, I don't know, principles or whatever. And then hearing something else that you think sounds good. Okay, cool, that too. But like those things don't go together well.
I mean, we looked at one of her other, probably the most viewed video on her channel. She did what I felt like was a much better job in that interview with the man with the lace front or whatever he had on his head in the weight. So she did what I thought was an amazing interview with him. And it was pointed out like back to back to back to back to back. It just felt like he changes his point to fit whatever will win the conversation that they're currently in, even if it contradicted his last point and even if his next point contradicts it. So it feels like switch up after switch up after switch up, to the point where we have this man saying he's promiscuous and I'm out here, you know, saving the stripper, and then she don't need to strip no more, but I don't even date a woman who, if I think that she's different than what I want. Like, it just feels like he switches up his point of view and his whole system of values and ethics depending on what conversation they're having currently, as if we can't rewind 10 seconds to see what they just said. So agree, Kay. I don't think they realize that we can see 10 seconds, like the video can rewind, sir. It doesn't just not exist now that it's 10 seconds later, like we remember. So I don't know.
It's like compartmentalizing ideas about things and not seeing how they like connect.
Nope. Compartmentalize is a 4-syllable word. I don't believe he's ever heard of 3.
And you know, in terms of this whole like calling people homosexuals when they have not identified themselves that way, I think, Themis, you were saying earlier, like, you know, there are people that may be gay, but they haven't come out for whatever reason. And I think that with anything that's kind of looked down upon by certain groups or people in society, there are going to be people that are into it that aren't going to say anything, right? Like, we know this. And I think that it's applicable to some people, but I don't like when people call people gay just because, like, of whatever reason. Like, I don't think it should be used as a weapon.
I'm on the fence about this because I've used it as a weapon before in a very specific conversation I'm remembering I had with an individual who believed that gang violence and like death and single motherhood and all of this is equal to being gay. He believed both of these things are equal as far as their detriment to the Black community. And we were discussing it, and he was talking about the gay agenda on TV and stuff. I was like, the way he was talking makes it seem like if he was a child and he was watching like Bugs Bunny dress up as a woman, he might dress up as a woman, or he might want to kiss men if he saw other men kissing, which I feel like is weird because I've never seen people kissing, and that makes me want to like emulate that. So I mean, if you can call that weaponizing gay, I've definitely asked people who believe in a gay agenda, do they believe they can be turned gay by cartoons? And if not, why are they different? So, but I feel like they're different.
the fact that most interactions on TV in terms of like romance are straight people, wouldn't like everybody be straight if that's the thing that's influencing people to become gay or straight? Like that doesn't make sense. And yeah, I agree with you, Patty.
No, because they're going to ignore the 99% of straight people on TV and focus on that 1% gay and then try to pretend like they don't have thoughts about other men. It doesn't make sense to me. If you're focusing on this 1% of thing when 99% straight exist, but you are fixated on the 1% gay, that makes me feel like you had to go out and look up men kissing to find that. So I need to understand the mindset and how you get there, because it doesn't add up to me. I don't have to.
Dude, I'm with Petty on this. I'm a weaponizer. I feel bad. I feel terrible, but like in the right circumstances, I'm a weaponize it. You tried it. Like the other day when I was talking to Jamie on here, and like let me leave that alone. But he definitely talked about because you're a man, that because you're male and an adult doesn't make you a man. So it sounded like he was saying gender is fluid. And I'm like, okay, cool. So and then I went down that path and he got mad. But I'm for weaponizing it. But I do take your point, Petty. I think not Petty K. I think you have the most moral stance. And I strive to be more like you in
Oh
this.
my God.
Not weaponizing it. But yeah.
I mean, I just don't think it's a weapon, but I guess like I just don't think it's an insult. Like people used to call me a lesbian all the time when I was on another show, and I was like, okay, like I don't find that insulting, but I guess some people do. So I guess if like someone finds it insulting, someone's gonna try to hit them where it hurts type of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I love that. I love hitting people where it hurts, even if I don't agree morally. I like that. That's my new stance for 2024. And Alicia was right. I will repeat that.
Hit him where it hurts. 2024.
Day 24/7. Like you're trying to hide something, and I can see that shit. And you don't talk about nothing else but fucking women, the next woman, the last woman, and this, and you're trying to show you're hiding something. You're gay.
Because my thing is, having sex with multiple people all the time cannot be that fun. I'm sorry.
It is fun.
That shit, it don't look fun to
It's
me.
fun.
I'm telling you, that shit don't look fun.
It's the recoil that's not fun. Like fucking them and then the aftermath. That's not fun. Like trying to keep up.
See, you just owned it. You like you are doing the thing that you said someone who does is hiding something. Like you are doing that thing, and you just confirmed. Anyway, maybe he's just saying it's.
is she gonna ask like, so are you?
Now you know she's not gonna ask.
I mean,
they are in Atlanta, so.
Yeah, then he said the recoil is not the fun. So he did tell on himself. Yes, I agree. But also he said the recoil isn't fun. And I'm wondering, is he talking about unplanned pregnancy or statistically transmitted something? Statistically transmitted diseases or whatever the acronym stands for.
What? Huh. Oh, sassy psychology.
I could smash, one night stand and be done, but trying to keep them on the team, that's what's not fun.
Well, no, not even that. I'm talking about just literally, one time and you probably never even see him again. That doesn't even seem fun to me. Like, why? Like, why? How long are you gonna do this? Like, sir, you're in your 30s.
Well, at a certain age, you gotta chill, but it is fun. Right? It's fun.
I don't know.
It's a lot of fun. It's a thrill.
Is it a thrill?
It's a thrill. It's a thrill. It's the whole process. The name is just it's the chase, the actual capture, and then the release.
But you know why I feel like a lot of men have that mentality too of they're always just like on to the next girl, on to the next girl. A lot of men don't have what it requires to even be a family man.
Okay, girl, sorry. She just skipping around and missing the whole point. Call him out. You already told him that men who do this is whatever. He's like, I like it. I like the chase, the capture, which is terrible language, by the way. But forget that for now. He just said men who do this have something to hide in his eyes. And you just gonna let it go. All right, girl, period.
I mean, she did say men in their 30s. I feel like she's speaking to them indirectly when she says stuff like, how can you, it can't be that fun. Men and you in your 30s still doing this. Why? When she say that and he just sitting there with his sunglasses on, I assume looking dumbfounded underneath them. I feel like she's speaking to him without speaking to him.
Oh, I think she is doing that. Whenever they come on, I think she definitely speaks directly to them.
A lot of men are not financially set up for it, emotionally set up for it. They don't even have the morality or even what it takes to be like, I'm going to be a one-woman man, because really being a one-woman man is probably a little bit more expensive, taxing, and requires more from you than having a new sex partner every week. I mean, you can have sex, that's easy, that's free. But really committing yourself to one situation, that takes a lot from you. And a lot of these guys don't have it. It's free to be a fuckboy. It's expensive to actually be a man.
I can agree. Well, I mean, it does cost to juggle multiple women, but it does cost not just financially to be in a relationship. Like, you have to really become a man. And that's when you really find out, like, I am not him. You know, like, you really be running from yourself when you got a bunch of women, because once you're with the person, that's when you realize who you are, because this other person is seeing you every day and seeing, because you can talk this shit all day on social media.
He was confident as soon as he blah. He was self-esteem on 10. What do you mean men who do this are running from themselves? You've been doing this.
I thought he said he found himself at like 13. And now he's talking about men who do this, which he just said he does, are running away from growing up, basically.
This is probably why they don't like talking to me, actually. I'm catching a pattern, because this don't make sense. And it feels like, hey, you said this, maybe she doesn't want it to be competitive and she doesn't want to debate. And for me, it's like, it's not a debate. Like, we are not debating. I'm literally asking you about something you just said. Like, you just said two very conflicting things. And if they're not conflicting, then like make them not conflicting. You're just not catching it. It doesn't make sense if she's disarming them, because if she's not going back and like reviewing it and explaining it, then it's weird.
Disarming what? He came in with an empty cup. He took away from him. Don't make sense to me.
Like, but this person that you with get to see this shit every day, and you can't fake that. And that's why a lot of men don't come in relationships, because don't be in relationships, because they be hiding shit. They're not really that guy in real life. They can't handle being with the person emotionally, financially. They just can't.
No, they can't.
And
their maturity isn't set up for it yet.
I've been like way too. Like, I avoided relationships not because I wasn't financially ready. I just wasn't ready to support another person financially. I didn't want to. I don't want to have to express myself. I don't want you to express yourself. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to be consistent. I don't want to have to, have a child and then have to be there consistently. Have to raise a child. Like,
it's commitment, it's effort.
Yeah, but it's so easy to just fuck around.
100%. Do you have kids?
No, not yet.
Okay, good for you. Well, either way, good for you. I don't really care. But
why don't you care?
Because I support people having kids, but I also support them not having kids. I feel like too often we expect kids from people, but it's just like, you shouldn't really expect that, especially not anymore. Not in today's economy. Having a kid 50 years ago was way different from having a kid now.
How you know?
Because I know the economy. Like, what do you mean?
You wasn't here 50 years ago.
But my grandparents were. They had all these kids because they could kind of support them. Now it's very hard to support a kid.
Because everything is skyrocketed?
Yeah, because it's expensive. It's expensive, and
I know broke niggas is having kids year after year.
Yeah, but they're not dads, though. They having kids, but they're not dads. And a lot of people think that it's either you being a complete deadbeat and never seeing your kid, or like being father of the year and living in the house with your kid and being married. There's a lot of in between. Because I know a lot of guys that I would consider a deadbeat, but because they see their kid once every other week for 3 hours, they think they're not a deadbeat. And I'm just like, no, that's a deadbeat. Like, you don't even have a room in your house for your kid. Like, they come over to spend the night and you have no accommodations for them. Like, you haven't factored your kid into your life. That's a deadbeat.
When you gonna have kids?
I don't know. I'm not focused on it. Kids are not a prize.
They're not what?
A prize.
No?
No. They're a liability.
They are, but it's also a blessing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. They're a blessing for some people. But you know what it is, too? I'm the oldest of like 8 siblings. And I'm the oldest girl. It's different from being the oldest girl and being the oldest guy. I'm the oldest girl out of like 8 siblings. I grew up like babysitting my siblings.
You're like a mother.
I mean, they be like, you can't tell me what to do, you're my mom, but whatever. But I really like damn near, like, I was babysitting these niggas for years. So now that I'm like free, I don't want to do that shit no more. I think that people that are either like a middle child, or you're the youngest, or you're an only child, you'd be like, yeah, I want to have kids because you want that family. But when you're the oldest, you already had that family. I'm good. I'm good. I see what my friends can't do when they have their kids, and I'll be like, nah, that ain't for me. I can't wake up at 6 a.m. Kids be waking up early as fuck. I'm like, what the fuck is you doing? Niggas eating cereal at 6 a.m. Like, come on. Like, y'all can't sleep in for a day. Y'all niggas can't sleep in. Like, I would be pissed off if my kid woke me up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday, nigga. I would lose my mind.
How old are you, like 28?
29.
29.
I would lose my absolute mind. So maybe in the future, within marriage.
I'm a
'Cause
middle child, and I feel like, because I'm a middle child, and I feel like I do want that family. I
Okay.
want a very, very big family, like maybe 10, 15 kids.
Yeah, I bet you do, because you ain't having them.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's real easy for you to
But I gotta
want
be there though.
15.
I mean, I gotta be there.
No, you gotta be there and support them. That's
Uh-huh.
hard too, but you ain't birthing them.
Mm-mm.
Damn. 15 kids? Ain't nobody gonna give you that. Ain't nobody gonna give you 5. I think you'll do good with 3 at the
I can
most.
get one
Can you
apiece.
pause it?
Come on.
No.
I don't like the. I'm not ready to settle. I'm not ready to commit to a relationship right now. I don't want any kids. I don't want anybody running around. When are you gonna have kids? Oh, I don't want kids. What? Kids are a blessing. I want my own kids someday. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, he said he want 10 and he want one a pop. So I'm trying to figure out what this one a pop means.
No, I ain't say that.
What you mean one apiece?
Wives.
Mm.
Yeah.
Why do you want more than one wife?
Why not?
Okay.
Why not? I mean, for real, like who said that had to have one wife? Somebody came up with that shit.
Somebody did?
Somebody.
Okay. I mean, I guess it's whatever is within whatever, religion you subscribe to. Christians don't believe that.
I have to pause. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yep.
So you can't be consistent. You don't have the emotional bandwidth for one woman. You haven't learned that because you're not currently in a relationship, but you want more than, you said one a pop, so about 10 wives.
And 10 kids.
Not
You
only-
can't
Additional people. Well, yeah, that's a lot of people for him to have just said what you're talking about, Themis.
Yeah, how can you have more than one when you literally can't?
Not only that, but did you know somebody just invented monogamy one day? Just some dude. I don't know. I mean, but it could be, to be fair, every time she says something, he's like, how do you know that? How do you know that? Which I noticed. How do you know your grandma's had an easier time? How do you know it's getting more expensive? I don't know if he understands the concept of like research and being able to look at something from a bird's eye view and not having to experience it to know what's going on. Maybe that's why he doesn't know where monogamy stems from and he thinks somebody just made it up one day. So
Believe that you can have more than one wife, but there are other religions that, more than one wife is okay.
I don't have religion.
Okay. That explains it.
Smart ass. Well, yeah.
Wow, that's really nuts. What I was gonna say when I was talking about like having kids, a lot of times too, we are too willy-nilly with not only who we choose to have kids with, but having kids outside of wedlock. I think that's really the number one problem in the Black community.
I don't think so.
I think it is.
Wedlock.
Everything stems from that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, how many marriages are really lasting? I think people just need to have an agreement and understand what the hell happening. But just because I get married, now we gotta have kids, and then a lot of them are failing. And why even have to get married just to have kids? For one day, possibly, it's a very high percentage that we might not even make it. Just look at Iman Shepherd and her. Like, you would have thought like that was a happy, growing, like they look great on camera, like they look good. Like, damn, that was like hope for like a Black community. And look at this shit now. Like, it's showing you that this shit ain't stable for real.
Isn't it crazy how we view marriages crumble? Like, just 10 years ago, niggas would have been like, oh, I want that Will and Jada. Niggas ain't saying that no more. Like, it's really crazy, like seeing like marriages that you look.
No, that's something you investigate. So he want to have one child per woman and want to have 10, and he said wives, but now he's saying he doesn't want to get married, and you don't need marriage for children, which you don't. Not pushing marriage at all. Do what you want to do, but this does not make sense in the context of what he was saying just now. So do you want a wife or no? Do you want 10 wives or no? Is marriage something you're getting into or no? Do you want just 10 women to have 10 kids?
And then why do people think that marriage is more of a commitment than kids? I
don't know.
It doesn't sound like he thinks marriage is a commitment. Maybe that's indicative of a problem if one gender believes that marriage is a signifier of commitment and of a more intimate type of relationship, a more meaningful relationship with more security, and the other is like, here's a shut up ring.
Yeah, I think women unfortunately have deluded themselves, not by their fault, but they've convinced themselves. So maybe not they convinced themselves, but women were included in the indoctrination, but also media and the culture told women that marriage is this safe, beautiful, amazing thing. And men are like, girl, you can believe that by yourself.
And then also, why, like, people talk about the marriage statistics in terms of how many, end in divorce. I'm willing to bet, like, there's way more non-marriage relationships that end in breaking up. Like, it's not like you're going to escape these possibilities of not ending up with a person that you're with. I don't know, like what he was just saying. I'm
trying to make a coherent kind of thesis around what he believes, but they ain't happening, not tonight. Unfortunately, there will be women who sign up for this clown show, even though he's displaying 100 million red flags. He's giving his own terrible Yelp review. Yeah, agreed.
You ever just listen to a person and you know they don't have wrinkles on their brain? Just smooth and shiny.
He doesn't stand on anything, and that's so weird.
Look up to like crumble in real life.
See, the thing is with Will and Jada, like it's in the media. You really don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Like, but that's a true marriage right there.
Oh yeah,
that's a true marriage. They're not leaving each other. You know what I'm saying? They're to the death. And whatever we go through, like you're my life partner for real. That's what I want. I don't want to marry somebody I love. I want to marry somebody because this is my friend, this is my life partner. We're gonna stick through this shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever these outsiders got to say, fuck them. They don't know what's going on. This is between me and you and our family. But people have the wrong idea of marriage.
They do. 100%. If you think that a successful marriage is them not breaking up, like not getting it.
By the way, what I heard him just said was, I want someone who's going to stick beside me while I cheat. That's what I heard. The question is,
that's interesting because that's what I heard when Jonathan Majors was talking. After I found out what I found out about Dr. Martin Luther King and who he was actually with instead of his wife, the multiple who he was with instead of his actual wife, the more it sounds like when men are talking about someone to hold them down, they're like, let me cheat and don't tell nobody and pretend like we're all good in public and stay with
you. Smile and deal with it.
And hand me your wallet when it's time to pay because I don't have money, but I need to be the man. Miss Coretta.
Stop.
A divorce, then yeah, they do have a successful marriage, but other people will be like, nah, like their marriage is a sham. Like, but I agree with you. I think a successful marriage is not getting a divorce. Because Will has not spoken up and said anything against.
What do you mean a successful marriage is not getting a divorce? Would it be a successful marriage if you're getting abused every day in the marriage? Is that successful? Because there's no divorce, is that a successful marriage? Again, Orange Pill might have been right when he came on here and said it's not the quality of the marriage, it is that you're married. Because what is this?
Yeah, I don't think no. If you're getting abused, you absolutely should not stay with someone, whether you're married or not. Like, I don't know why sometimes, like, it seems like some people think that, like, you'll avoid, and I'm not saying that's what she's doing, but just in general, I feel like sometimes people think you're going to avoid certain things if you don't get married, even though the same things can happen in like dating relationships.
Yeah, like, I just don't like this idea that it is successful because you stuck it out. No, it is not successful. You were being abused, you were being used, you were mistreated, you weren't respected. That is not a successful marriage. It is a marriage. It's not a successful marriage. I will not successfully get beat. Nope, period.
Yeah, this man is just looking for 10 loyal women who are going to hold him down.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying he's looking for 10 loyal women who are going to hold him down. So if anybody in the chat is single and looking for that, also apologies if there are any disabled people who might be missing parts of their brain or have brain deformities. I apologize for comparing you to this man.
That's what I was thinking when you said that.
It must be very insulting to be
I think I think Orange Pill was speaking for black women. I don't think black women care about the quality of the marriage as long as they can say my husband and show their ring to single women. the more the, the more I hear people talk about marriage, the more I'm convinced that these people don't actually care about the quality of the marriage for real, for real. Like I've heard some wild stuff. I've heard some wild stuff. Bill and Hillary are successful. And period. Tima, she literally said she would rather struggle as a wife. Why? I can't. This is a byproduct of shaming singleness. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they will continue because it gives men more power. Because now they're just gonna married women, seem to want to stick beside their cheating, philandering man, and come out here and lie to us. Ain't nobody want to hear it. Nobody told you. I will be sitting down, not even saying anything about a marriage. My husband is coming, girl. Who asked if your husband was coming home? Does that mean you're gonna leave? Does that mean we have to leave? Well, like, why are we talking about you and your husband right now? Also, by the way, he's coming home from someone else's house. But we're gonna leave that part out. We're gonna leave that.
The Department of Children and Family Services will be in his life soon. Hashtag Child Support Gang 2024.
Period. Let me stop. I actually really love marriages. I like the kind of marriage where I see people love. I'm not going to call these people. There are two people I met in Miami. They're on this channel, but I won't say their name because, like, I say this in the Discord too often. But the way they interacted as married people, as people in relationship, was one of the most beautiful things I think I've ever seen. In just like the kindness and love and care that they show to each other. If the marriage is not like that, don't bring it up. I don't want to hear it. If that was not your marriage, please don't bring up your marriage because I don't care.
Yeah, I'm tired of these. I look at women's butts with my man. I'm sick of that. I hate that. And just bragging about it. I'm not like other girls. That man is not looking at Prince with you. I don't trust marriages like that.
Looking at what?
Prince.
Oh, I thought you said Prince. I was like, what does Prince have to do with anything?
For all we know, he's agreeing with everything that she says.
It might be a money play for him. It definitely was a money play like this last few weeks. Like she's just been on the podcast front, podcast is her book, and just to draw more controversy towards their relationship. He on a motherfucking boat laying out like, I don't care. Because the outsiders shouldn't matter. Like we let outsiders dictate our relationship. We let fucking, like when I get in relationships, I don't post that shit. I don't let people know what's going on because people are waiting on your downfall. They're waiting. You know what I'm saying? I don't put that shit out there. That shit is not for the public eye.
It's really not. For real, I saw a video the other day. This guy was saying how men are stupid when they get a girlfriend and then all these girls are suddenly in their DMs out of nowhere. These girls was never nowhere when you were single. Now you got a girl in your DMs. Not because they really want you though. A lot of times a girl will see how you treat your girl, or they see what she getting, or they even want to be her, or they really want to one-up her. So it's never really about them wanting you as the man. They just want what she has. And they would try to ruin their relationship just being like, yeah, I'm gonna get that bitch. You know, like you're really trying to one-up her. And these niggas be so stupid, they be like, oh yeah, like they all on me now. Nigga, they don't want you. They just want what she has. And that's exactly what he was saying. I was just like, that's so true. People just want what they can't have.
I get the most pussy when I'm in a relationship.
You take it though?
Sometimes. Yeah. Yep, these are my past relationships. It's not like now, not this new version of me, but like my past life.
Not the new Jonathan?
No, not the new Jonathan, but my past. As soon as I get to posting and shit like that, they just come out of nowhere. They just come out of nowhere.
I don't believe people have moved on from their past if they continue to brag about it. This is a tactic I think men use when dating, where they are honest with a girl about their past and the girl feels disarmed because she's like, there's no way he would tell me all about how he cheated in the past and lied and was manipulative, but is a changed man. Clearly, he would just lie to me if he didn't change. So obviously, he's different now, but I don't believe someone who's bragging about that currently is a changed person. I don't believe they're a changed person. I don't believe him in his future 10 wives. that he wants to keep secret from the world because the world's just going to judge so much. But he might cheat on them because, just sometimes, not all the time, just sometimes.
Girl, I was going to tell people's business, and one of the people is watching, and I almost got all the way caught up. It was a cheating story. This gay guy, right? One of my friends, he got cheated on. He was dating this guy in the middle. Not me continuing with the story. Man, a long story short, because I can't not tell it. A similar thing happened. Guy told him he cheated in the past, and the moment he said it amongst our friend, everyone said, "Yeah, he gonna cheat. He gonna cheat. He cheated again." Girl, I'm not gonna tell the full story because it's not my story to tell, but. Girl, he was surprised too, talking about some. I can't believe he cheated. All right, girl, period. What Beyonce say, call Becky with the good here. We gonna have a good life. Pick me as a period. I am so terrible. Please, let me just say this. Do not tell me your stories. Please, because they'll just decide to come out and I can't control it.
Send your stories to the IDGAB email.
And they accept it. And then they try to
break y'all up.
Not even try, they just try to be the number one. They just try to stick around to see if what's gonna happen. And so, but the thing is with women, if I just cheated on my girlfriend for you think I'm gonna be with you and be faithful? No, I'm gonna fuck off too. I'm not even gonna be with you because for what? I'm gonna give me something new. That's how we think. Like women it's just a natural thing. Women just want what they can have. And
how you get them is how you lose them. Most of the time, anyway. I mean, there's outliers where it really does work out and the mistress becomes a new wife, but that's rare, Very you hold out for hope and he's never leaving his situation, his wife, whatever it is, and you looking stupid. You looking stupid because you was really just going after something that you ain't really want from the beginning. You just wanted what somebody else had.
I told God, I made a post like, yo, listen, you want some more pussy, you want some more girls, just act like you got a girlfriend, just fake it. And it's so true. And niggas know that, like, yo, just post like you got a girlfriend, just post like you buying shit, flowers, and just doing shit. They're coming, flooding DMs. You just act like it. And then now you ain't got to be in a relationship because they think you're in a relationship.
That's really sad. And a lot of women will also accept that situation because they think that they can get in and like change your mind. Like they'd be like, oh, I can get in and do better and he's going to choose me. But it's like, if he didn't choose her, he didn't choose her. Why you think he going to choose you? It's the same thing with like Summer Walker.
All right. The vetting thing is a conversation we need to have. Because this man is flirting with this woman, right? This man wants to date this woman or at least get something from this woman, right? This man is trying with this woman. But the conversation is happening in the way it's happening. And if you, as the woman, decide, you know what, I'm going to give him a try, I feel like you can vet this. I feel like this is vettable. Like, I don't feel like he's hidden any red flag. I feel like it's very overt. So, like, is this what dating these men, is this what it's like? I'm asking. Go ahead.
Maybe people would not believe that someone would be so overtly, so flamboyant in their, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to say the word I said earlier in the stream because it's controversial. But whatever you want to call it, maybe people try to downplay this because the idea of someone being like this actually is unfathomable to them. So they tell themselves, he's probably just joking, or he's a changed man now, or he says that, but when I'm with him, I don't know, I feel butterflies or something. I don't know.
So they lied to themselves. Got it.
Did he say post pictures of yourself buying flowers?
Yeah.
So
and pretend like you're with a woman.
When I was a kid, I used to love this movie called Clueless. I still love that movie. And in the movie, if anyone has seen it, Cher like was sending herself flowers and like candy and stuff to get this attention of this boy. And it's just funny that like he's what? Like, so men should I just thought that was really funny that he was using the same strategy that Alicia Silverstone used as Cher in 1995's Clueless. But yeah.
No, because he doesn't understand the psychology behind it, and he doesn't recognize that it doesn't work on just women, it works on men also. And what they do is that if someone finds you valuable, generally, then you have some value. And that can work on multiple levels, even in a job, even in social gathering, for relationship. It works just as a general matter. You can create a perception of value through buying yourself flowers so people think someone sent you flowers, by pretending you have a business call when you are somewhere, by going out with a bunch of people so you now look like you have a friend group. It is how psychology works. But he's like, I don't feel like engaging with anything he's saying.
Yeah.
His DMs flooded. I'm not reading that. I'm not
Like
reading
those,
that.
it's like those big red boots that went viral and got really popular. And I was like, these look stupid. Everybody started wearing them. And I was like, I don't know. They look kind of.
Yeah. They think they never look good.
Has
Them
value
think-
for no reason. Just because people say it has value. People selling white t-shirts for $495 on Kanye's website. White t-shirt with bullet hole in it.
Yeah.
So, agree.
Go on LinkedIn, put up your job, and if it's a good job, watch many other recruiters reach out to you. Go on LinkedIn and let them know that you are trying to find a job, and see how nothing comes your way. It's perceived value.
So
and
you're saying to embellish a little bit.
No.
That gap, that was when I was caring for the needy. Got it.
But like my thing is, like, at some point, you know, I brought up the movie Clueless. Like, those were in the movie high school kids. Like, at what point do you want to attract the people that actually like you for you, instead of
okay, so you're going about an ethical. These people don't care. These people just want access to any woman, the best looking women. They don't care about a compatibility.
Oh.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, when earlier in the conversation, he even said something like, I don't have what it takes to be in a relationship. I don't want to, have to be a full person or something. I don't want the woman to be a full person. There is nothing about what he's saying that indicates he's looking for a full functioning, fully developed brain, which has a body and meat and bones surrounding it, of course, that he wants to engage in like a rigorous intellectual conversation with and explore each other's personality and humanity. It sounds like he wants 10 bodies to marry who are going to be loyal to him whenever he feels in the mood. So,
and produce a child each.
Author and her baby father. Like, why would you sign up to be somebody's fourth baby mother thinking that they're finally going to choose you? He went through 3 women that he didn't choose and had a baby with them too. So why are you different?
She could have been one.
No.
You ever been a side chick?
No.
Never tried.
Never. First of all, I don't even want these niggas. It's hard to even want a nigga to begin with.
It's hard to want a nigga.
It's hard to even want a nigga to begin with. A free nigga. And I'm about to take a taken nigga. No, y'all not that.
Nigga.
Y'all not that in demand for me.
Taking nigga's the best bet. That's your best bet. Because you ain't got to worry about it. You already know where you at.
It's not mine, so what do I care?
Why would I care? None of these niggas is yours. None of these niggas.
People do get married though. Y'all be trying to make it seem like everybody be for everybody. People do have committed relationships and they do get married.
Yeah. It's like 0.5 out of 10.
What, in Atlanta or just anywhere?
In America.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that people have an idea that relationships are kind of generally doomed, and I get where that's coming from, but I still have faith in relationships. I still feel like people still fall in love and they still have these actual relationships that's not based off anything besides wanting a life partner. People like that still do exist.
I think this is what the world should do. We should have a clean slate. Let's take the idea of like whatever they put in our minds to what a relationship is. Let's clear that, and you come up with your own idea of what a relationship between a person is. That's what people should do. Let's not go with what society thinks that we should do. Oh well, we have to be in a relationship. Relationships are already just fucking weird in itself. Like, I gotta be with this person, right? We're not even guaranteed to be with each other. I gotta be with this person for X amount of time, and I have to solely commit to this person. We gotta share lives together, and then we get mad and fucking whatever, and we break up. Now it's like, oh, let me go find me another one. It's like we're going from one person to the next. Like, what type of, who the fuck came up with this girlfriend boyfriend shit? That's the first start.
But that's life. In life, you try different things until you get your thing. Like, yes, it is life. Like, you might start a business and be like, nah, I ain't like that shit. And then you start another business. You might have a job and you be like, nah, I don't like this job. You get another job. That's life.
I feel like it's almost like he's asking what monogamy is and like what its utility. But then it seems like he already knows what it is, so I'm not sure what he's asking. Is he asking why would you be monogamous? Like, I don't think he's actually asking a question, right? But like, I think there is something missing in his knowledge, so I don't know how to like respond to this.
Based on his questions to her about how do you know earlier, I'm going to assume he can't understand anything that he has not experienced personally. So I don't know why this man is pushing 50 and still doesn't understand, like, what's the point of having a girlfriend or wife. Selectively, by the way, he selectively does and does not understand this, because when she starts saying she don't want to be married or she don't want to have kids, suddenly he can think of every single reason why kids are a blessing. You don't want marriage. Oh my goodness. Well, she does want marriage, but she says she don't want kids. So I think these people are lying. They know what they're doing, and to the extent that they don't know what they're doing logically, they know it inherently, like they have a feeling about it, which is why they feel off put whenever she says she's not going to do a societal norm. But when it's time for him to do a societal norm, all of a sudden, why should I be faithful? That's just something we created for no reason. Why? What's the purpose? So, no.
Trial and error. That's life. You can't be mad. That's how relationships go.
Oh, okay.
Immature people be like, I got hurt one time, so I'm giving up. I'm just like, come on now. Like, you can't, that's not going to be if you're following that pattern, you got to look at yourself and be like, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the drama. It's not always everybody else.
So what about back in the day when they had to, like, what's the marriage is called? When your dad, an
arranged marriage.
Arranged marriage.
Yeah.
You know, like, there was no trial and error. Look, that girl was a fucking virgin, and her dad brought me to me, and this is my wife, and that's it.
And you know what? Stats show that arranged marriages are more successful than a love marriage. But I get it though, because you know why love marriages in America and our society don't work out? You date somebody for 2 years, right?
That is such a weird statement to make. An arranged marriage is not a love marriage, right? You can love someone you were arranged to marriage to get. You can love someone in an arranged marriage.
Exactly.
And you can marry someone in a society that doesn't arrange marriages that you don't love. Like, this idea that one is about love and the other is not is very weird.
When both are about, or can be about both or not.
Yeah.
The idea of using arranged marriage as like, oh, these are much more successful than these love-based marriages over here. Where do arranged marriages occur generally? Do they occur like in a country where if you try to leave your husband, you'll be stoned? I don't understand why people look to developing nations which have some really weird laws around women's rights as ideas of successful marriage. This is the same thing where people talk about our grandma and grandpa used to stay married for 50 years. I mean, divorce is illegal. So
that's what I was literally going to add before we continue playing it. It seems to require the woman's full subservience legally for it to work in their mind. Like, girl, no, it's not successful when you're forced to do something. Maybe we need to redefine success, because you all sit up here talking about once you don't get divorced, it is successful. So if you're getting abused, once you don't get divorced, you still have a successful marriage based on that definition of success. That don't make sense.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I agree with what you were saying earlier too, Themis, because I don't want it. We can't just. I think some people think all arranged marriages are like horrible and the person doesn't want to be there and they're in this horrible situation. But like, that's not the case. And it's also not the case that they're all happy and successful and the person's glad to be there. Same thing with marriages where you choose your partner.
Yeah. Because, like, I can imagine someone learning to love someone else. The problem is, I think people actually think the feeling you get when you want to sleep with someone is love, right? And not like the commitment to someone, the sacrifice being made for someone, the learning about someone, the understanding someone, the choosing to be with that person. All of that can be learned. Like all of that you can develop over time. The Romeo and Juliet, I saw you from across the street or the room, isn't necessarily love. I'm not going to say it's not love. I'm not saying that. We define love in a variety of ways, but there's some version of the kind of commitment and dedication that can be learned. And I think the things after the initial feeling might be the best way to define love. Like for me personally, don't tell me you love me until we've spent like a year or two together. I don't want to hear it. You don't know me. You don't know me. You do not know me.
Probably live with them. Y'all having sex. Y'all pretty much already married before you get married, right? You're doing all this stuff. And maybe your partner isn't exactly what you want them to be yet, but you're like, oh, marriage is going to change that. I've been with this person 2 years. It's not quite where it needs to be, but we're going to get married. It's going to get better. So they have these expectations for what they want their partner to be. Whole time, what you got this last 2 years is what you're going to get in marriage. Nobody is changing after marriage. If anything, niggas getting more lazy after marriage because y'all married now.
It's going to go downhill.
So people have these expectations of, oh, marriage is going to make everything better. We're going to be better. That's not going to happen. But when you have an arranged marriage and you don't have any expectations because you don't know this person, you're learning them and you're just dealing with it. You're just like, well, this is who they are. We married. This is what it is. So that's why arranged marriage is really, honestly, if I don't get married in the next 2 years, I'm telling my mom to arrange me a marriage.
You should arrange marriage.
I'm done.
Marry me.
Marry you.
Yeah.
What qualifies you to be a husband?
Well, in arranged marriages, you don't get to ask that question.
The parents ask that question for you. The parents vet them, and that's how you get the arranged marriage.
I think they already see what's going on with the family. Like, we got money, we're doing good. Our family name, yeah. You want to get married into this family. So my last name is Dupaton.
But you want to have like 4 wives though. I'm good.
You could be the first.
No, I'm good. I don't want to have no sister wife situation where you got a favorite.
Just know, you're gonna be a sister wife anyway.
That's not true.
Right.
That's not necessarily true.
It ain't necessarily
Everybody
true.
don't cheat, Jonathan. Everybody don't cheat.
He don't.
I don't.
That's it.
Oh my God.
That's as far as it goes, right there.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna say everybody cheats. Let me not say that. Everybody doesn't cheat, but men will step outside of that. We have that urge to, like we fight the urge to not. Like we think about this constantly. Like we're just made to populate. Like we're made to stick our dicks and shit. Like we're always gonna have that feeling. So some men just.
So all of a sudden she don't like arranged marriage now that he said, oh, you can arrange a marriage with me because I have money. Your mom can set us up. They don't need to ask about my morals or anything like that. I just need to give them some money. Anywho, you're on mute.
You heard what he said men were made to do, right?
Or sleep around and spread their seed far and wide. He said he doesn't do that. Just men do it.
No. You need the exact language.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna say everybody cheats. Let me not say that. Everybody doesn't cheat, but men will step outside of that. We have that urge to, like we fight the urge to not. Like we think about this constantly. Like we're just made to populate. Like we're made to stick our dicks and shit. Like we're always gonna have that feeling. So some men just suppress it, like when they have their wives, and sometimes we just fall victim to.
I feel like that was a confirmation of homosexuality. He said men were created to stick their in SH. Got period.
When he said she should marry him, I wish she would have just been silent. I wish she would have given a good one of them the start of class, let's do 11-second moment of silence before school. I wish she would have given one of them real long silences and just let them sit with it. Sit with it. Or do what my friend did. Go to a mirror, look in it, look at yourself. Why would you ask me that? Why would you think that you could ever? That's what he should do. Go and look in the mirror and ask yourself why you had the confidence. Does this look like you should have the confidence? Answer that question honestly.
Because maybe in the beginning he did say that there are some women he don't even approach or talk to because they're so above him and he doesn't want to. He said that, right? So what about if I were her, I'd be like, what about me made you think that this is a great question? Because you just said you don't go to every woman, and if some women are too beautiful, then you won't. So like, am I not?
This speaks to the male delusion, because I believe he doesn't think these two things are contradictory. I believe a lot of men believe they are actually dating within their range physically, and they're not. They just think they are. They think, oh, I would never go for a beautiful woman. I just want an average, woman who looks, like me. And then they go and find an extremely gorgeous woman and think that's average and think that they're actually dating within their range when they're dating over. Maybe that's what he's doing, or he just don't think she's pretty.
Or maybe because she made the mistake of talking to him. No, because some people might, let me stop. The successes of a marriage has always been about the quality, trust, respect, loyalty, discipline, values, principles, and not bringing opposition and contention into the relationship. I agree with you, but apparently these people don't agree. Apparently, she and him and they and them and her. Take a pic. It's me.
I stopped listening to him when she said something like, "I be looking at these women who go off and be Nick Cannon's fourth baby mama and wonder why would you think that you were going to be different." And he came in and said it could be different though, that you could be the one. I didn't listen to anything else he said. What do you think he would say to a woman who's the fourth baby mama if she said, "I thought this was going to be different"? Do you think he would say, "Oh, that's completely reasonable for you to expect that"? Do you think that's what men would say? Completely reasonable.
I think he would say, "How you doing?"
He would say, "You look like you could use another child."
Now you can use another child. Thank you, Eugene Rose. I eat hate. That's why I ain't got a waist. Period.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna say everybody cheats. Let me not say that. Everybody doesn't cheat, but men will step outside of that. We have that urge to, like we fight the urge to not. Like we think about this constantly. Like we're just made to populate. Like we're made to stick our dicks and shit. Like we're always gonna have that feeling. So some men just suppress it.
Why are you talking like you're animals? You know what?
Because they want women to carry firearms because they know how dangerous they are. I don't know why they pretend.
Yeah, this is a problem. And he's talking about himself, by the way. He's talking about himself.
No, I believe he's speaking about men generally. I actually do. I think this is something that men feel commonly.
No, I think it applies to men generally. I agree with you, but I think he's talking about himself.
Agree.
But
I always wonder why some people can't just say I. Like, why does it always have to be we or like the men or the women or women do this or men do that? Like, why is it hard for, and I talk about this all the time, like on my social media and stuff, because I notice a lot of times when people respond to things, they'll be like, men do this, we do that. And it's like, why can't you just say this is what you do? Not saying that, some people don't also fit that category, but I just think it speaks to a bigger, I don't want to say issue, but something to be noted when you can't say like, I do this. I am the one who is like this. Like when you have to like have people behind you, like men do this or women do this instead of I do this.
Because they know that what they're saying is foul. So they need to qualify it with stuff. Everybody does it. Come on. We all do this. Come on. They know as soon as you start talking about pineapple on pizza and you start, come on, everybody does it. No, we don't. You know exactly what you're doing.
Just say you like pineapple on pizza.
Huh? I like them both, but they don't go together. But yeah, just say it. But you know you'll be judged, so you start talking more. People do that. They start talking more when they know that they're going to be judged. Yeah, I eat pickles and ketchup on my ice cream. I mean, it's just like a craving I get sometimes. I mean, hey, look, it just happens. Like, it's not like I do it a lot. I mean, what's wrong with, they just keep talking and keep qualifying it more and more. That's what I believe he's doing.
Like when they have their wives, and sometimes we just fall victim to our urges and we step out, but we come back and, we fall back in line. But some men, me, like I'm not fighting no urges. This is just who I am.
What urges? What is he talking about?
This man said, like, for me, I am not fighting. Please remember to like the video. I would like to have at least 700 likes. Thank you very much. It's very helpful for us. So we don't have to fight urges. He said, I'm not fighting no urge. Remember, he just said, please remember, he literally just said he no longer cheats. That was him in the past. Now he says every man have the urge and they have to fight the urge. Every man have the urge to step out. However, he's not fighting no urge. So you have the urge, you're not fighting it, but also previously you don't cheat anymore. Let them talk 2024.
Some people just gotta accept them. I accept me for who I am. I know what I want, and that's what I'm going for. So,
Do you think that marriages should end because of cheating?
no. For what? Why would you leave this man because he cheated?
She never specified. She never specified. She said, should marriages end because of cheating? His response is no. Why would you leave the man for cheating?
Because it's bad the other way, obviously. I've seen them describe cheating when a woman does it, and they talk about irreversibly damaging the loyalty and how could you betray me. I'm not about to sit here and pretend like this man is stupid and don't know nothing. I guarantee if she asked specifically, would you stay if a woman cheated, his answer would change.
Well, like, she's gonna ask, right? Because she can't let that go. She can't. If she doesn't ask this, then I'm never watching her again. So there's that. Because the conversation has been way too shallow. That is too easy a question for you not to. Did I see the smart?
Never.
I hope she asked. I mean, we're over time now, so let's.
We're here to build a family and a legacy. What is cheating? I'm committed to you.
What if she cheats? Is that different?
It is very different, but I'm not saying that.
This man is so.
We're here to build a legacy. What legacy?
The legacy. Forget that legacy if you cheat, but please stay beside me.
This is the legacy Nick Cannon was talking about. I'm here to build a legacy. Got it.
He gonna catch himself and correct it. I hope he likes non-black preferences, because no, this man has been talking about black love this whole time. So here's the.
You should divorce her because she cheated. It depends on how she cheats and how frequently she cheats. Maybe she fucked up one time, but I wouldn't disqualify a woman or leave her just because. Well, let me not say that.
You would.
I don't think women should cheat. It's not even in women.
God, his brain can't even take this. His brain can't even process women cheating. Let me play it because it's too long.
To want to do that shit.
So if a girl told you, like, yeah, when I was in college, I cheated on my college boyfriend, that disqualifies her for you? Like, you'd be like, no, I'm good on you.
He was a lame.
So that doesn't disqualify her then?
No, you ain't cheat on me.
Okay.
Fuck no. But if you cheat on me while we're in a relationship, or I can't even think about somebody entering my woman, and then you probably sucked his dick. And then, we always want to say this, like, women cheat off of.
Why is he thinking about that?
This man out. Yeah, stressing this man out.
Stop thinking about that woman being turned every which way but loose by another man, and start thinking about your legacy. I can't believe he would leave his woman just because she cheated a little bit. Like, it's literally an urge women have. All women have it. They just fight it. And he's trying to make women fight their natural urge. And because he don't want to think about the legacy of the family, he's being selfish by leaving that woman if she cheats. I can't believe him.
My woman. This man take cheating personally equal there is trash. Girl, they're like, I think the part of the reason is that they think you're their property.
Like they have sex off emotions and guys don't. But it is true. And now in the day in the day that we're in now, women can have sex with less emotion. They could just fuck. Because a lot of women are just having 2 or 3 niggas at a time and rotating, having niggas in rotation. Women can do that now. And it's like you like kind of like suppressing like your femininity. That's not even feminine to do shit like that. That's like some masculine shit just to have a fucking circle of niggas and be fucking. What the fuck you looking like that for?
I'm just thinking.
Oh, okay.
Pause it.
But it's
My next question is he masculine or feminine? Does he have a circle of men? Anyway, you can continue. Because he just said
Why
having a
didn't he
circle of
just
men.
ask her? Because I heard him curse at her just now.
You'll have to play it back for me.
Maybe I missed it. I'm wrong.
All I heard was having men around is masculine. So
You cheat back, they slide down. No, this is why I hate when women are like, "Oh my God, thank you, wake up. I'm so feminine. I'm so feminine. I'm so feminine." And I'm like, girl, stop trying to qualify your femininity, because as soon as they get a chance to tell you you're masculine and they know it hurts, they're going to do it. And when they do it, you're going to be out there being defensive, talking. It's not even feminine to want to sleep around. It is feminine now, and what about it?
just having 2 or 3 niggas at a time and rotating, having niggas in rotation. Women can do that now. And it's like you like kind of like suppressing like your femininity. That's not even feminine to do shit like that. That's like some masculine shit just to have a fucking circle of niggas and be fucking. What the fuck you looking like that for?
I'm just thinking.
Yeah. You heard that now, right?
When he said what the F word?
Let me play it again. He definitely cursed at her.
It's true. And now in the day the day that we're in now, women can have sex with less emotion. They could just fuck. Because a lot of women are just having 2 or 3 niggas at a time and rotating, having niggas in rotation. Women can do that now. And it's like you like kind of like suppressing like your femininity. That's not even feminine to do shit like that. That's like some masculine shit just to have a fucking circle of niggas and be fucking. What the fuck you looking like that for?
I'm just thinking.
Oh, okay.
oh yeah, he did. What the F you looking like that for? I would have been looking like that the whole interview. What are you talking about? Listen to yourself. Y'all audacity to ask me that question.
I was told I sound like Barry White in the 5th grade. Calling me masculine would do nothing. Good. Not good that you sound, but like, why are you talking to someone like that, first and foremost, that you're like flirting with? And second, like, are you that insecure? She looking at you pissed or mad or whatever. She's like annoyed or disgusted by you. Why are you cursing at her? Like, why is your ego a problem?
So he lied when he said he correct people in private.
Oh, true. That's also a lie. When his ego is hurt, he do it publicly.
Yeah, his ego is hurt because he was flirting all the way up until she said, "Why? Name one reason why you're a marriageable man." Now he's upset. All of a sudden, he's turning aggressive.
Oh, that's what I should start. How do I say finna? We finna start a husband school.
Teach people how to get swallowed.
But it's not normal for a woman to want to have multiple guys. And I'm not gonna say that. I think all people should be fucking free. Let me just say that. People should just be free as fucking possible.
This man stand on nothing. This man literally stands on this man stands on absolutely nothing. He created a whole scene with a circle of men's. What? So to be clear, if you cheat on him once.
What? So what does he teach other men in his thing? What does he teach them? He don't even know his own position. Teach somebody what? I'm sick of people who haven't thought out anything teaching others.
I'm just, how are you not like? I am sure. I hope this is not true, but I'm sure if you look deep enough in my live streams, you can find a contradiction somewhere in my evolution. But this is literally not even like he's not even able to hold one position consistently. Even if he's standing, huh?
His position is very consistent. Women should sleep around, but they shouldn't. And it's feminine, but it's masculine. But if they don't, they're fighting their urges. But if they're not, it's something he can fight. But he's not fighting it because he cheated in the past, but he don't cheat now. But he does. I don't know what part of his position is unclear. What do you understand about that?
You were right, Petty. I apologize. I should have. Let me, Celestial. You were right. Let me let him cook real quick.
Fuck that. But me, I just don't want that. There's certain things that I just don't want in my life, and I don't want that.
Do you think that a man that makes under a certain amount of money shouldn't get married? Because I feel like a lot of times when we talk about an insecure man and a man that can't handle a 10 out of 10, his ego's hurt, it really be about y'all money. Y'all money be fucked up and you kind of feel like, damn, like she's doing better than me. She's doing more than me. She really don't need me. Do you feel like a lot of that comes from the money?
Well, I would say this: marriage is a business transaction. That's how I started off. It started off with business, not love. Whoever came up with the shit was for business. So looking at it that way, if you don't have any money, if you ain't got shit going on, then no, you shouldn't be thinking about another person. You can't even, how can you even focus on self? How can you even level yourself up if, you have to worry about another person? Now, granted, if the right person come in your life, they can help you get to a certain level.
You can always help each other, but I've always believed that.
Do you remember what that question was?
Should broke men be seeking a relationship or marriage, I guess?
And what was his answer?
No, marriage is a business transaction, so they shouldn't.
Is that his answer? I feel like you just made that up.
That's the vibe I got.
Yeah, I think he said no because they shouldn't be thinking about another person or something like that.
And I'm a wheel and come again selector.
And that way, if you don't have any money, if you ain't got shit going on, then no, you shouldn't be thinking about another person. You can't even, how can you even focus on self? How can you even level yourself up if, you have to worry about another person? Now, granted, if the right person come in your life, they can help you get to a certain level.
You can always help each other, but I've always believed that men that are financially struggling don't deserve marriage. Just like I feel like people who are financially struggling don't deserve children.
Well, what about the woman though? If I'm financially stable, what the
And this is how you know he don't stand on anything. You should just agree with her. Based on this is why I came back again, because I just wanted to make sure. Because I know her position on there. I already heard her position on other streams. So like he just agreed with her, right? That's what he said, that they shouldn't, right? Why is he pushing back right now?
He feels hurt, hit dog, something. I don't know. What about women?
Does the woman have to bring?
Woman doesn't bring money. That's not her place.
I'm just asking, what does she bring?
She brings whatever you want her to bring, but it's not going to be money. You know why you married her. You probably married her for her looks. You married her because you want children.
So she only married me because of my money?
Probably. You just said it's a business transaction.
It is.
Yeah. So that's what it is.
That's what I think. But how you think? You think it's a business transaction?
How are you mad now? How are you mad? How are you?
He cornered himself. Aw, poor thing. all of a sudden, that stuff he said about a woman and all women trying to be men and doing a man's place, and that's not feminine, that's masculine. Now all of a sudden that she's like, oh well, the man should pay and the woman should just be pretty. Now all of a sudden, well, what does she bring? Well, how come?
Nothing. You wanted nothing. You said it was her beauty. Now she's the beauty. What is your problem? Why are you mad? You said it. You said it. Let me talk calmly. You said it. Sorry.
I think it's transactional. I wouldn't say business transaction, but I do know that, like you said, it did start off as, whoever could take care of me and my family, or, they used to marry their daughters off for peace treaties and shit like that. So yeah, it was always a business transaction. I think it's still transactional, but I wouldn't say it's so much business because people marry for love now.
Could you marry someone that wasn't financially stable?
No. I don't think that you should even be dating when you're not financially stable. Yeah, you got to focus on yourself first.
So
Get yourself
what
good
are you
first.
marrying for? Love or being stable?
I'm marrying for love, but it got to make sense.
If you was a breadwinner,
living isn't free.
If you was the breadwinner
Mhm.
and he wasn't,
Mhm.
would you still?
Yeah. I'm most likely going to marry somebody that makes less money than me because the podcast is going to go off soon. So I'm most likely going to be making more money than my husband.
I need a life partner. I need
life partners.
Partners.
You said partners.
This time I said I need a life partner.
Oh, good for you. Look at you leveling up.
No.
Last 30 minutes.
No. I didn't. That's not what I meant. I said partner in that moment.
Oh, okay.
Then why did you correct her? Like, why did you? Let's hurry up and get it through. I'm not doing this. Yeah.
Well, too bad for Tiana and Iman. Too bad for Kiki and Darius.
Who?
Kiki and her baby father.
Kiki Palmer.
Kiki, yeah.
I don't know much about that story either. I just know about Usher and.
It's actually a really similar story. She's a bigger celebrity than he is. He felt emasculated and he took it out on her.
She tried him.
You don't know that.
We seen it.
Yeah, but that was by then he was already putting his hands on her though.
By then. So before she did that, he was beating her up?
Yeah.
Well, that's her fault. Why is she with a man that's beating her?
I mean, why is she with?
What is he teaching men again in his course? This man has access to, I assume, a large audience. I don't know his size. I don't know who he is, but I assume a lot of men. And he's teaching them what?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's her fault if she's getting abused because she chose to be with an abuser. That is his take.
That's the take of every man who comes on her podcast. Every man. That's the take of the last man who was talking about you control whether or not I have sex, whether or not I wear a condom. It's your fault. Whether or not there's a pregnancy, it's your fault as the woman. Whether or not I'm not raising the child, it's your fault. That's what every man does. Anything ever that happens bad is the woman's fault. Always. Even if he does it. He has no control. She should have left or done something else.
It does feel like even the most mundane, seemingly interviews that have no substance or meaning, if you listen to it well enough and analyze enough, it gets down to like being degenerate. And like I'm obviously concerned, but like this has to be representative now of like a larger societal problem with these people. Because this can't just be like, even the good guys, when they come and they're talking, it feels like they are also defending, but he's not the good guy, right? But like, even if we think about the good guys, there is never a kind of rejection of the bad man. It's always like diminishing it, putting it off, and not engaging with it. And then you hear these men who are like, in my mind, bad men, but they don't see themselves as bad. They see themselves as teachers to help men be better. and they're the better that the man is going to be that they want to teach. And it's like, so you don't see how you're a problem. They said he has 220. A period. So he's training men. Got it. I think I'm done. I think this is where we close it. Any final thoughts? Sorry for keeping y'all on so long. I apologize.
That's okay.
All right, let's go in the after show then. Thank you all for being here. Bye. Close your ears. Remember to like the video. What is your take? Anyone, before we go say goodnight, any final thoughts? It doesn't have to be about these people.
I think in any scenario, no matter who the perpetrator, victim, or whatever have you is, wherever there's a need for accountability, I think men are going to find a way to excuse other men of that accountability, and pin the blame on the woman and make it her fault, whether he's putting her hands on her. Even Jonathan Majors, a lot of people are apparently feeling like she was the actual abuser in that relationship, that white woman. And do you hear them saying, oh, Jonathan Majors should have it's his fault, he should have just left? No, you do hear people saying he should have left and been with a black woman for disgusting reasons, but not because they're trying to place accountability on him, because they're trying to excuse him from any. They're placing it on the woman in that scenario, if they think that she was abusive, rightfully so, if she was abusive, right? But so I'm only saying that to say it feels like men generally understand the idea of someone being held accountable. And in scenarios where the man is the victim, they're not going to victim blame in the way that they are doing, like he just did just now. So it just feels like in whatever scenario, men are always going to find a way to escape accountability, whether that be the man on her other show saying, well, if I don't put a condom on, it's your fault for not making me, as if he's a child. Whether it's this man saying that he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know why marriage is a thing. Why is monogamy a thing? Why are relationships a thing? He switches his position every 2 seconds, but he has a platform teaching other men. Or him saying that, if Keke Palmer, it's her fault because she should have left. So I think this is very consistent with how I've seen men be generally when it comes to other men needing to be held accountable. They're going to find a way to make it the woman's fault.
Do you think this is the minority or the majority?
The majority.
How much majority would you say? I'm not expecting you to know, but I'm just trying to see where your head is.
Maybe like 97%. I would need to look at some research I've looked into previously to give a more accurate number, but I think it's a large majority. I don't think everyone is like overtly, outwardly abusive, but I do think everyone, specifically most men, have some harmful ideas. And I'm speaking about that study regarding men who were asked if they had ever RAPE'd someone, and they said no. But when they were asked, have you ever done actions that would constitute as RAPE, they all agreed. And some people just flat out said, yes, they do. So I think most men would say they don't, but they do.
Yeah. Now, why y'all calling Kyle's name up in this chat? Y'all gonna leave Kyle alone. Kyle is trying. Okay.
Don't forget, anyone, if you have connections to Dr. Umar, we're trying to get on the show. So, and Themis, don't forget to text me his number.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go look it up.
Can you imagine if we could get so many questions answered.
From whom?
No, I mean like of things we have questions about, like that thing you were talking about earlier with his position on kids being identified with ADHD.
True. I need to ask him about that. All right. I actually want to do a poll about Kyle, but I'm going to leave that alone because I actually think I already know y'all's answer, so I'm going to leave that out. Drop a 1 if you think Kyle is a good man. There's no other option. I want to see something real quick before I go. All right. Production inquiry. So there's some people here who thinks he's a good man. All right, good. There's one more. Good. All right, I'm gonna ask Kyle to come back on here to redeem himself. I'm gonna ask Kyle. Do y'all want to have a I'm gonna ask. He probably will say no. Someone said I picked Stan. Wait. Someone else said 1. So there's a couple ones. Do y'all want to have a podcast with Kyle? 1, just 1.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, you don't know. Do you know who that is, Betty?
Yeah.
All right. There's a couple of ones. Someone said they'll pick Stan over Kyle. This is weird. I feel like y'all just saying things to say things. All right, drop a 1 if you would pick Stan, and drop a 2 if you will pick Kyle. You can only pick. All right, there's a bunch of ones. Team is trolling us. I'm not trolling. Drop his voices. He sounds white. Stop saying people sound white. It's 2024. Drop a 1 for Stan and a 2 for Kyle. All right, there's more Kyle than Stan. All right, because y'all, Stan was out here running around. Let me stop. Let me go find out from the Discord because y'all play too much. Separately, drop a 1 for Orange Pill and a 2 for Kyle. A 1 for Orange Pill and a 2 for Kyle. 1 for Orange Pill, 2 for Kyle.
Haven't seen Stan in a while. Does he still wear the bicycle helmet?
Yeah, he's still delivering, I think.
That's good.
Everyone is like, no, do Chris. No, I'm not going to do Chris. Y'all loved Chris, so we're not doing that. All right, so if y'all want Orange Pill over Kyle, that is weird. That is wild. That is no, I'm not doing Chris versus Kyle. Y'all tried it. Y'all want the easy out. No. All right, well, good night. It sounds like y'all still don't know how to vet. If y'all are picking Orange Pill and Stan over Kyle, I'm gonna go ahead and say y'all don't know how to vet. Let me go in and talk to the Discord now, because that don't make sense. That does not make sense. Let me see this. Stan greater than Kyle. Kyle less than. No, absolutely not. All right. Crappy choices, Themis. No, y'all said we need to learn to vet. And it seems like y'all don't know how to vet. So, all right. Bye, everyone. I'm going to go talk to the Discord because this don't make sense. I am blaming the women's. Y'all don't know how to vet. It's the same thing because Jonathan told y'all to sit in front of the medical school to get a man. Y'all said y'all don't like Jonathan, but Jonathan was trying to help you. Team Orangeville. Weird. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.